There we are. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Wednesday night game of TORGanized play. Now, before I hand this off to Mark, I'm going to do the usual shout-outs to Roll20, which is where our artwork and our maps and our battles are all set up on, so our players as well as our viewers can follow along with the action. Also, some of the miniatures that we have on the screen are created through the Hero Forge subscription packet. If you're a subscriber to Hero Forge, you can create your own custom mini, pose, gear, paint job, however you want to look at it. You can also create a digital version and use it in your digital games. Down below we have the Extra Life campaign link. Click on that. It'll take you to where you need to go to assist and help out the Children's Miracle Network as well as children's hospitals. Also, our website is down there that Marcus, our Friday night DM, has been working on. So go check that out and see what kind of hard work he's been putting in it, and give us some feedback later on down the road. I don't think there's any other announcements other than that at this point in time, so I will go ahead and hand it off to Mark, and he can go ahead and get us started on this this dinner.
Red wedding. I see what you did there. So, good evening. All right, so let's do a real quick recap, and welcome back, Robert. When we last session, our intrepid adventurers finished off the banyan tree, which turned nightmare tree, and discovered Sakana's tomb in its root ball, and through strength and skill gained access, and then had to do battle with Sakana herself, now a divine mummy, and battled her and her her spirit swarm defending her tomb before they could successfully acquire the bow, which is an eternity shard to give to the Amazons so that they could diplomatize them and hopefully win their favor and assistance in the possibility war. And that was the end of Act 3, and we started Act 4 as they traveled to the island of Hespera and decided against a covert landing on the island, rather docking their seaplane at the dock, where they were met by the Amazons. And Luke Coolhand Earp began a budding romance with the captain of the guard who met them, Avgo, at which point she engaged them in conversation, focusing mostly on things that happened off the island. Very intrigued, very interested. Our adventurers met with the Queen, had a brief interlude there where they discovered that the Red Hand and the Lady Hourglass and some shock troopers are also on the island. The Red Hand being someone that the lone Rocket Ranger has heard of as a Nile villain. And they were the audience with the Queen was abruptly ended, where she extended an invitation to a formal state dinner. And everyone was asked to return to their domus and wait for the dinner time, where the Avgo and some Amazons would come escort them, and they were very, very forcibly asked not to leave their domus unescorted. At which point, someone threw something through the window, and we had a small battle. I think. Did we?
No,
we did. Had that.
No, we
Well, we know it's coming now.
I think that's a foreshadowing.
Maybe.
I think we just were working on getting our
Pay no attention to what
ready.
Pay no attention there. So.
Yes. So Robert, some of the information about the Red Hand that we got was that he has brutal punches, and don't let him get a hold of you. Because he does something, probably in some sort of grapple thing, and then he sucks your soul.
Does not sound like fun.
No. So there you go. Oh, and we were also given the do's and don'ts at the state dinner, and of course I wrote them all poorly. So we're supposed to be silent, seated, rise, bow, duck, continue, risen, do not sit,
Parry, spin, whack.
Yeah, unit. She sit, you stand, you stand.
Yeah.
When she walks into the room, you need to everyone goes silent until she speaks.
Mhm.
That's the silent.
Aha, see? Exactly.
Clear as
Yes.
mud, right?
We know what was going on.
Clear
all the
as
time.
mud.
All right, so you are currently in your domus, the apartments that have been granted you. Very, very much like Olympus here, Roman style, open, and you are awaiting someone to come escort you to the dinner party. And
we are cleaning up and trying to look our best. In fact.
yes, you are. So I think everyone did the card thing. We are under glory, so we have 6 cards. Yaron, you were not here. So I give you the opportunity if you want to recycle something, because I think we
Oh.
did all the card things and reset all of that last time. And you're going to need a Cosm card, so why don't you grab one of those? Oh,
Okay.
I need to figure out if you are.
And he should have 2 more possibilities. Because he didn't refresh from the act last time.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So you are a Core Earth Cosm card there, Robert.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I did the wrong one then.
Yeah.
So I will draw a core Earth. Well, where is the core Earth?
Oh, is it not up?
No.
It should be at the bottom. Did I hide it? I may have hidden it. Hang on. Let me go get it for you. How about now?
Got it. Okay.
Oh, and my trackball's being wonky. Okay. Oh, and you're going to need 2?
Yep.
Not that one. Oh, and did I figure out how to do this
Flip
last
it.
time?
Copy, paste.
There's 2 for you, Robert.
Okay.
Okay. And that's going to, let me get everybody. Oops.
Oh, let me recycle one card because it's one that I just cannot use effectively. So. And traded to a much better card. So.
See. Let's see if it lets me copy and move everybody around. Maybe it will.
And also, by the way, since we're in hostile territory, I'll just go on and have this active while we're in our domus. Nothing has made me think that this would be a good idea.
Well, go ahead and pick it up and put it in your hands.
Okay.
Hand. Because we're going to shift to the dinner party. Avgo comes to get you and gather you all up. I'm going to let you go ahead and we're going to just work. Let's see. Crag, what are you wearing to the dinner party? Describe your dinner attire, please, sir.
Well, at this point in time, Craig spent a long time polishing his armor to a nice sheen. Tried to bang out most of the dents that are in it. But it is magical, so it's not too damaged. And then with that, he's taken his desert gear that he had, his desert robes, and made it almost like a toga with a one-arm cape kind of thing hanging off.
Yeah.
And that's
sprucing it up as much as you can.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out if it might not be proper etiquette to be wearing my battle axe and stuff underneath.
No, recall, everybody's armed. They didn't take your weapons when you went into the Queen. Everybody's armed.
Well, the shield and my axe are also polished and nice and presentable.
Okay.
For royalty.
So armor and weapons maintenance as much as is possible given what you have and the conditions you're in. Cool. Check. Luke Coolhand Earp, well, how are you dressed for the evening? Knowing that your budding romance is likely to be there.
You know what? I'm gonna go for fun, and I'm just gonna go toga. The nice toga that perhaps I think that they said that they could get me. I will not wear armor under it or anything like that, but I will still find a way to have my my AK-47 on me, as well as a couple of grenades. But I will I'll leave the Barrett and I'll leave the shotgun behind because I think that would just take away too much from the toga.
Okay. Ivan.
So I have Diffrax armor, which looks kind of like obsidian. That's, if it's cleaned up, it kind of looks glassy, and if the light hits it at a good spot, it kind of shimmers. But otherwise, I cleaned myself up, shaved, stitched any holes that were in my blue jeans, and have my hammer.
Diffrax, blue jeans, stitched up blue jeans, no less, but clean shaven. Check.
Yes.
Okay. Lone Rocket Ranger.
Oh, I have cleaned up my uniform as best as I can and polished up the rocket pack, etc. And I'm wearing it all because that's essentially my hero uniform.
Helmet or no helmet?
I could go no helmet, but I still am wearing my mask.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
the helmet is a little less a little less formal, I guess.
Are
I
you
don't know.
bringing the helmet or are you leaving the helmet in your room?
Oh, I'll bring it because it is part of the uniform.
Okay.
Kind of hard to
Yaren.
But I can
Well-
basically carry it under my shoulder or
Sure.
my arm.
Since I might as well represent my people, so I will turn the toga into what amounts to a loincloth and paint my body with whatever I can find to be much more traditional
Nice.
looking.
Are you
Nice.
going like Mayan warrior?
No, I'm an Australian
Aboriginal.
Aborigine.
Australian Aborigine. That's right. Australian Aborigine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing the whole body paint and toga thing. Okay.
Yeah, well, loincloth thing. But
Loincloth.
yes.
Don't forget the garlic.
Check.
I said, don't
Mhm.
forget the garlic.
Oh,
The garlic. So Avgo comes to pick you up and does not seem to be seems completely nonplussed by the whole. She takes you all in and says, "So we're ready. Good. Come this way." And as you leave, you notice that there are a couple of Amazons that are left as guards on your domus for your equipment and your belongings that are left back in there. It is not left unattended. And we shift to the dinner party.
Fancy.
As you enter, I got to get on. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this layer. Let's see. As you enter, the queen is seated at the head with the general of the Amazon army at her left, or her right, rather. Christ, the head blacksmith. The leader of the Queen's Guard, Magira, is at post, back by the throne. High Priestess Phaedra is at table. Let's see. You see a number of. Let's see. Where is she? Yes, but where is she? I'll find her in a minute. I have to go get her, I guess. Hang on just a second. I put a bunch of stuff out here, and she didn't get put out here. There she is. Not sure why she didn't get put out here, but she didn't get put out here. We'll put her out here now. There we go. Tali, a female shock trooper who is clearly an officer, has a number of female shock troopers in attendance with her. One milling about back here. Avgo directs you to the table, and then she peels away. Conversation seems to slack a little bit as you enter, but it does not stop. The queen continues to have her conversations. Oh, I see where Tali was. I missed her, so let's go ahead and change something real quick. I figured that was what was going to happen. I was going to find her. after I started getting everything bouncing around. The queen and the general, Ianthe, seem to be engaging Tally in conversation. And you see a number of other individuals seated at the table.
Oh boy.
I said,
We just lost Rocket.
TPK, come incoming.
So, gentlemen, my dog thinks that my clapping was someone outside.
Oh.
Okay, so we're sitting across from Lady Hourglass and stuff.
I don't know yet.
You are actually seating. It's actually a jogger outside. Yes, good boy. You defended the cave. Let's see. We're going to squeeze the table a little bit. If you guys need to see names of people, because there's a lot of people here,
Yeah,
you
no problem.
feel free to.
So obviously the dude in the red suit would be the Red Hand, and then we have obvious Lady Hourglass. The lady in between them, what does she look like?
Where's her? Avgo has saved you a seat.
Oh, excellent. I do make sure when we walk in, Mark, that even though the queen does not necessarily stop talking or whatever, that I do still give her a bit of a bow as we enter and I see her seated at the table.
Okay. By the way, Lady Hourglass notes your arrival and does come over, and she lays her arm, she entwines your arm and guides you over to where she was sitting. She seems to have been aware of your arrival pending as well and has saved you a seat at the table. Though you get a stern look from Mirage and the Red Hand.
Okay, so this must be Mirage.
Being the
Mirage, let's see if my pinger is working. Yep,
Yeah.
Mirage, that's Mirage right there.
okay.
And that is the Red Hand. He is in a full-on zoot suit with red felt hat and white feather coming off. I mean, he looks exactly like that. It's fantastic. The table is covered in breads and fruits and various wrong page. Various foods, cheeses, decanters of wine. This huge marble table has pretty much most of the foods you want. The suckling pig with the apple in its mouth. I mean, complete with everything going on. And everyone is armed. I mean, you can see as the Red Hand moves about, you can see he's got a pistol in his waist. Mirage doesn't have anything on her, neither does Lady Hourglass. The shock troopers clearly all have their MP40s. Either
Lady Hourglass
leaning
has
up.
something. She has a rocket man right there next to her.
Yes, she does. They have their MP40s close at hand, leaning up against the chairs, something along those lines. But it's and grenades at their belt, just so. And the Amazons are all armed as well. Bows are slung or leaned against columns, etc. And there are just the Amazons, the Queen's Guard are milling about, but we're not going to clutter an already cluttered tabletop with even more little doodads. So, what would you guys like to do? Anything going on? We'll what? We'll start with. We'll just work left to right. Crag, what are you doing?
Well, started eating yet?
It seems to be that the food is on the table, and if you wish some, you take it, and if you do not wish some, you don't take it.
A question quickly: does the queen appear to have food on her plate?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so it's appropriate to take food. Okay.
So,
Yes,
if
you are not.
She's eating, then I will do the same. I'll eat
Okay.
and drink, and keep my eyes open on any of course, the enemy we have here. And keep proper etiquette as much as a dwarf can do.
Okay. There is wine. Doesn't seem to be any ale. If you're okay with the
Islamic,
elven
that's fine.
repast. Okay. Luke.
So, Luke, I make sure that Avgo is eating as well. But I am going to, if she is having a little bit of food, then I will have a little bit as well. But if she's not, then I won't.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'm going to engage her in conversation. And if we are close enough to, it looks like according to the tabletop, close enough to the Red Hand and Mirage as well, I will engage them in some conversation as well. But I will definitely spend most of my conversation with Avgo.
Avgo does seem to be picking it. She's not taking this heaping pile of food. She is garnering some of the pieces that she finds. I gotta let the dog out. She is taking some of the food that she is eating a meal.
That's fine. I make sure if I can, I will occasionally help grab a plate and pull it closer to her if she looks like she's interested in it. But I will not actually try to give her the food off of that. I'm just,
So you're being a gentleman. You're like
gentleman and
offering.
Here, I'll help out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on, just a second. I'll be right.
Okay.
Doomed.
Yeah, Craig is doing his best to eat somewhat cleanly, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. Should I start the mind reading on Lone Rocket Ranger now?
You should have done that before we left the room.
Well, I'm thinking you should probably hook up the telephone.
Okay, Ivan.
Yes.
Where we got Ivan? Ivan, you are about as far away from everybody else as you can get. You're down there by Crag. What are you doing? And by the way, if somebody wants to move themselves around, they'll have to have help with somebody else getting swapped seats or something along those lines. We just, you just ended up where you ended up.
So I will be eating, and while eating, I will be engaging in the Russian fine art of mat, which is vulgar swearing, towards the Nile shock troopers.
In Russian or in English?
Russian mat. It's a separate type of language that Russians use for vulgarity.
Swearing.
Yes.
We have elevated vulgarity to such an art it has its own language.
Yes.
Of all the things that I think I've learned from playing games of any kind, that's definitely a new one.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to. How do you spell that? Post it in chat. I want to see it in chat how to spell that, because I'm gonna copy and paste it, and then I'm gonna do some research, because Matt, A-M-A-T, or is that
Yeah.
Cyrillic?
It's Cyrillic, but it's M-A-T.
All right. Pardon me while Mark makes a note, because the Navy and the Marine Corps pride themselves on being able to swear better than anyone else.
Look, now we need a little rainbow going by, going, the more you know.
Oh, dude. So look, if it's Russian Marines and Russian sailors swear better than anybody else, I'm like, I have to give them that one. We'll see. I'll reserve judgment on that until I can look that up. All right, so let's see. That's Ivan. Rocket.
Oh, obviously I'm engaging in conversation with Lady Hourglass.
Okay.
Being a little lukewarm against the last time we met, you were playing you weren't playing fair.
Oh, all's fair in love and war, darling.
But it was more war than love at that point.
Well, perhaps she puts her hand on the back, lightly on the back of your hand, and says, perhaps next time it will be the other way. Yaren.
Yaren is just sitting there. He will try charming banter with the shock troopers around him, but he's not expecting anything.
Okay, charming.
So he's
banter.
trying to be charming.
All right. Let's see.
You want me to roll persuasion?
No.
Okay.
You are being charming.
Yes.
Whether it's being received the way you wanted it to is another story altogether.
Right. Well, I mean, the truth is, this is kind of like trying to get them to think I'm not really the threat here.
Let me see
And
if
you
I
have
know
the
how to do
Russian.
this.
You have the Russian who is spouting vulgarities, and even though it may not translate well, kind of the facial expressions and things might, you know.
Rocket.
Yes.
Servants bring another round of dishes and put a small sampling dish in front of everyone, and everyone stops what they're doing to take a sample of it. And as you put a taste of this dish into your mouth and begin to chew like everyone else, you look at someone and you've probably just taken a big spoonful of a dog's breakfast or something along those lines. It is as vile a meal as you have ever put in your mouth.
Oh, lovely.
So let's see. I need a
Just like Mama used to
willpower.
make back home.
I need a willpower roll, please, sir.
Oh, fantastic. I have willpower. How's 11 looking so far?
You are almost there. If you've got one more, you're there.
Does anyone have a willpower?
I'm checking. I don't think I do.
I have an action.
Ooh. I will trade you an adrenaline for it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't recall if I had one.
I'll just put the action on the table for you.
That sounds good.
Yeah, sorry, no willpower here. Oh, yeah, I do have willpower. Sorry.
So we're going to run with the action, or are we trading for the willpower?
You know what, Dan? Throw the willpower down and take the action because the action was a little more usable.
All right.
Okay, so we're playing the willpower for a 14. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
You failed.
So you feel this gag reflex coming up, and you feel a lesser man might have put that out onto the table in front of everyone and created something of a scene. But you've eaten in Rocket Ranger survival, escape, and evasion course. You've eaten bugs and things that were pretty disgusting, and this is right up in there. But you managed to keep it down, and you grab a big glass of wine
and say something along the lines of, "Well, that was exotic."
Yes,
and then I'll do this, and I'll look at Luke, trying to tell him mentally something. Of course,
I'm warning Luke mentally not to eat the vile grub dish.
Exactly.
And Luke's just like, as he spoons a couple of spoons in there, and off he goes.
Just like my mother used to make back home.
Hey, Mark, how obvious do I think the using my telepathy would be?
That really depends on your role
and who you're doing it to,
who you're doing it to, and who's watching you. You know for a fact that you have at least 2 possibility-rated people in the room, and 3 possibility-rated people in the room. You know Avgo is, you know that Lady Hourglass is, and you know that Rocket Ranger has told you Red Hand is.
Right.
Beyond that, you're not sure who else might be possibility rated.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of linking my compatriots together in a telepathy and how obvious that would be. That's what.
Oh, is that Mott?
Yes.
I'm gonna have fun with that later. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have fun with that later. I may regret it, but hey. I may have to go find a Rosetta Stone course on Russian after this. I bet that's a Rosetta Stone course they don't necessarily advertise.
Right.
I'm already typing out Torg Hype Tuesday for next week. We learned about Mike.
All right. So, Rocket, you managed to not embarrass yourself or your companions. Is anybody else doing anything other than what they've been doing? Just small chops, what you were doing before?
I mean, the queen is near me as well, right? because she's up near the head of the table on this side.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I will make sure I make sure I talk to her as well. Plenty, and that's why I was thinking whether or not it would be obvious if I were to try to put up a telepathy to the party. But
So is that your okay? So I mean, you can, if you would like to set up ERPNet and link everyone, you can certainly make that roll. I am not going to tell you any more than I already have about whether or not that will be something that someone will notice or take note of.
no, you're right. Between Lady Hourglass and Red Fist, I think I'll not worry about that here. Plus, it's only while concentration's going on anyway. So
You're engaging Agia in conversation, and she's so. Tell me, Mr. Earp, about your exploits against these high lords. These are, I take it, evil men?
Yes, they are coming to invade our world, and they are trying to steal our energy for themselves, which, if they were successful, will wipe out everyone in the area as they take them under their control or just kill them, depending. But I, thankfully, was in Atlanta when one of these storms that they come upon entered the world, and me and many others were able to fight off these invading beasts and I will describe the Adinos and the dinosaurs that we saw there, and regale her with kind of the story of the fall of 41, since I am famous for that and a 41er.
You, because of your perks, we're gonna hand wave the rules. Because of your perks, you managed to enrapture your end of the table with that tail for a while. Noticeably, the Red Hand has this look of disdain on his face, and at a pause in your tale toward the end after you finish, he says, well, a vain tale of pride and arrogance. Of course, Storm Knights would carry such a tale. Always the victors, always the downtrodden. They overblow everything. It's not as bad as all of that. It's core Earth trying to merely resist the progress that is overtaking the rest of the world. Someday they will see the error of their ways and join the rest of us as we advance into union.
Clearly you weren't listening very well, as we were not victorious that day, only in such that we were able to save many of the people that were there, but lost much of the good areas of the world that we were trying to protect.
But you seem to come out of that tale smelling like the rose. He kind of has a rose. He smells the rose on his lapel. It's kind of blending into that red suit thing going on there.
And I will then just kind of give a glance to the queen and be like, well, as long as they choose not to progress into this world, I guess that.
Oh. Come on now. Ivan. You were talking to let's see where you were talking with one of the female shock trooper and Crag, and in the process of doing that, you noticed that the shock troopers and a few of the Amazons kind of look at you aghast as you picked up some food with your fingers and were swearing with your mouth full, and you seem to be crossing into the realm of some kind of faux pas, and you're not really sure exactly what it is that you've done. You can't tell if the swearing, if it's the talking with the food in the mouth, the fingers in the plate, or maybe you were talking over somebody. But so give me a charisma just a flat charisma roll here. We're going to see if we can use just sheer personality to get out of this faux pas. Oh,
hell
look
yeah.
at that. Wow. So you managed to just roll with it, and it just, you move into this really eloquent, they don't know what you're saying, but it's a really eloquent sounding effigy on how badly shock troopers shoot. And it has to do with their lineage and various family members performing acts that are better left described after 9 o'clock. And you manage to, but it sounds really poetic when you say it in Russian mat, and they let it go. Dan's like, please, no, it's only 7:43. So you managed to pull that one off.
That breaks that rule first, so I'm not saying anything.
Let's see, Ivan.
It's 9 o'clock somewhere.
It's always 9 o'clock. It's beer o'clock somewhere. See, I didn't say what I wanted to say, which I'll say after 9 o'clock. Yeah. So that whole, you managed to smooth through that.
Salvage it.
Yep, you salvage that and don't create a stir. Is anybody doing anything different?
Yaren, still being charming, is actually now starting to look. Now he's gotten more of an idea of who's around the table. He's looking at who people look at. Like, is there deference to one person or another? I mean, obviously the queen, unless that's actually a stand-in for the queen. Which, I mean, who knows? They may do something like that here. But I'm trying to see, kind of power structures around the table, thinking in terms of evidence analysis, just kind of looking at people.
Okay, if you'd like to give me an evidence analysis roll, feel free to do that.
Okay.
Oh, yes, we missed Yaren's big brain last week.
We did miss the smartest guy in the room.
Yes.
So you do get the sense that all of the female shock troopers are deferring to Tali.
Mm-hmm.
If she's at the other end of the table, clearly, but if periodically she says things in this direction, and all of them look at her, and they determine, there's a moment you can watch. There's a moment where they evaluate whether she's talking to them or not, or whether she wants something from them or not, and then they go back to what they were doing or they address it. Mirage doesn't seem to be actually eating anything. She's merely picking at her. She's moving food. She's got enough food on her plate and enough variety of stuff on her plate to look like she has food, but you haven't. In the whole time, everybody else is some people are more robustly eating than others. Some have gone back for seconds, drinking, etc. Mirage has even gone so far as to pick up her wine glass, bring it to her lips, and not actually. You've noticed she's not actually drinking either.
Okay.
Let's see. What else may you have noticed? You seem to notice a somewhat of a peer relationship between Magira, Ianthe, Kreis, and Phaedra. They seem to be peerage, though though Avgo seems to be invited into that circle, but not at the same level, if that makes sense.
Yes.
They all show deference to the queen.
Mm-hmm.
And the queen engages all of them in conversation equally, and she's engaging all of you if you're willing in the same manner as she did with Earp, curious about what your lives are like outside of Hesper, what you've been doing in this war, and how things have gone, and whatnot, and periodically you'll get comments either from the Red Hand, Lady Hourglass Not really so much, but the shock troopers they join right into the banter. They don't have a problem leaping in there either. They are chit-chatting away as well.
Okay.
Anything anybody else wants to do?
Ranger would ask Lady Hourglass to introduce him to her compatriots, meaning Mirage and the Red Hand. See if I can distract them a little.
Okay. So as she turns to introduce you, she introduces you to this is my companion Mirage. She is a singular individual. Mirage, I'd like you to introduce you to the Lone Rocket Ranger. I'm sure we'll be engaging him in several ways in the future. And Mirage kind of gives you a little nod. And as she moves
Nod back.
she moves
Okay.
toward to clearly she's getting ready to introduce you to the Red Hand. And as she starts to, he says, "No need to introduce me to the thief. He's here just to case the joint. Your Majesty, you'd be best served throwing this one out. All he's here to do is figure out what artifacts you have that are worth anything, and he's going to steal them at his first opportunity. It's what these sticky-fingered heroes do."
I will actually look at my hands and go,
Oh, I'm
I thought
sorry.
that's what-
I didn't realize my fingers were sticky.
Garen just says, I thought that's what you were
Craig's
doing
like,
in Cairo.
"Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah, sorry about that.
What's Rocket doing?
No. I am obviously a hero fighting against villainy and things that are wrong.
Huh.
Bringing
Things that are
justice
wrong.
to the world.
From your twisted perspective, of course, assisting peaceful attempts at bringing prosperity and strength and wellness to people. Of
Peaceful?
course.
Says Yaren at the other end.
But is that by sending out your hoods, the hooded cobra, to steal from
Yarn,
people?
give me a fine roll, Yarn.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, hoods. Hooded do this beastly chap, the hooded cobra. Never met him.
Would it be better if that was higher?
No, you notice that Mirage seems to kind of look at Lady Hourglass. Lady Hourglass looks at Mirage. They get one of those really quick, knowing glances when Hooded Cobra's name is mentioned.
Okay.
Well, while you may not have met this man, Miss Hourglass has, but our actions are ones of heroism and not ones who try to talk down about others as you are engaging. We will not sink to your level as we
My
are
level.
here.
I can't get that low. This chap here steals from everybody here. Deny it. Deny that you stole the technology to make that battle suit. Give me a taunt roll, please, Rocket. I'm gonna set you a DN though, because this is an opposed contest.
Taunt?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Hang on just a second.
Oh, where am I?
And I'm going to have to let the dog back in a minute because, yes, I let the dog out.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get you a taunt roll. There. Do I? Oh!
Oh, that was perfect.
Since it opposed, technically I should roll.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Golly.
Just
Not
think,
a 1.
If you get a 10, that's an outstanding.
So
An 11.
I bet so I'll just kind of not look at him and kind of look at the shock trooper across from me. It's just like next thing you know, he'll deny knowing Sir Arthur Henry Killingsworth, leader of the Retribution League. What a fancy name.
RT and I
The
never met. I've
Retribution
never met.
League.
I mean, Sir Arthur, Killing.
Mhm.
He realizes calling him familiar by a nickname has given away the game, and the queen's kind of looking at him, and she's scowling at the red hand. What did you roll? 16? Oh yes, you rolled. You even rolled well.
Yes.
I think after a while, I might look that direction and say, make some sort of comment about trying to keep it civil in front of the queen. We are guests here after all. And
says the dwarf covered in his own in food. As he,
oh yeah.
You kind of roll the toga open, wipe your hands, and roll it back so they don't see all the food. Grease is starting to stain through
But
your
I want
desert.
to do it with enough tone that it sounds like I'm intimidating a little tad bit. You know.
Do you want to? How intimidating are you trying to sound? Are you trying to RP intimidate, or would you like to roll and intimidate?
Well,
either is
I
acceptable.
was going to grab one of the rib
you
bones.
think? Hang on. You think about that for a second, so I can go let my dog in and not irritate my neighbors any further. I'd be right back.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's start the chant. Roll the dice. Roll the dice.
I figured I'd take one of the rib bones and just kind of snap it in half with my teeth as I growl his direction. Keep it civil in front of the queen. We are her guest after all.
The Amazons are warriors. They may appreciate the show of strength.
I think so. Especially from a puny man like me. I mean, Craig.
Okay, now. Sorry about that. I'm not letting him out again. He better do his business.
Now, as far as the food's concerned, we have something that's got a pretty good sized rib bone.
If you wanted to get some ribs out of that suckling pig, you could. I mean, you don't have a brontosaurus haunch.
Yeah, okay. I figured about the time that they're doing a little arguing, I'd reach over and I'd be, gnawing on one of the ribs from the pig, and I'd just like grab it with my teeth, break it in half with my teeth.
Okay.
And growl his direction about showing proper respect to the queen and her, whatever. I lost it.
Court.
Her
Yes,
court.
The queen and her
showing
court,
proper
yeah.
respect to the queen and her court. We are guests here after all.
Okay, so we're RP intimidating.
Sure, why not?
Okay. No, that works.
I can roll too if you wish.
Well, no, it's two different things. Are you RPing or are you intimidating?
We'll go with the RP for now.
Okay. The shock trooper to your direct right, when the snap of the bone goes off, you see the desired effect in her eyes. Clearly, that's like, well, that was a little Cro-Magnon. And the one across from the table is kind of like, And you get this narrowed gaze, like, okay, if I got to do something, I'm starting with you. I'm going to take out you may be the little guy, but you might also be the big guy. I don't know yet. We're going to figure that out. Anybody else want to do anything? So let's see.
I'm specifically not talking bad about them, just so that she can see that that's not who we are. I literally just, as soon as that conversation happened and kind of finished, I try to just direct the conversation in a different direction. Just talk about other things.
As Crag snaps the bone off and makes his statement open to the entire table, let's see. Agia says something in a language that you're not familiar with. Ianthe leans into Agia and says something in kind of a stage whisper that Crag can hear. But she's clearly whispering. You know what I mean? but it's in another language. And if anybody has any way to figure out what she is saying, I will entertain rolls at this point.
What kind of role would you be looking for?
Well, it would mostly be a language roll if you had a language skill. But if you do not, I don't believe anybody has the language skill. Yaren might be the closest you've got. I don't think, and I know for a fact nobody has ancient Greek as a language.
I picked up French.
You put a line item, but you didn't have any ranks in it.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I actually did. Yes, I put a point in it.
Okay, it was at a 0 when I looked at it, so maybe.
Well, it is because I forgot to put it.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I will raise the DN for that French language. If you would like to make a roll to try and figure out what Ianthe is saying.
Nope.
Not a clue. No, not a shot.
Wow.
Oh well, it says value 1. So
yeah, you don't have it tied to a skill.
Right. That would still be a 7 right now.
No.
Oh, no, sorry, a 6. So no.
No. Does anybody else got a I understand what she's saying roll for me?
I'm not trained in
so
language,
this is
so I'm not going to roll it.
and this is Ianthe. You said that's
Yes,
coming
that
in?
is the general of the Amazon armies.
I will not try to read her mind.
Okay.
Wait, who's she saying
It'll be just in Greek. So
I was gonna say, who's she saying
It's
this to?
Greek to me.
It is in fact ancient Greek. She is talking to Aegea, the queen.
Yeah, okay. I definitely ain't touching that.
Okay. All right. So
That's one way to get me kicked off the island real quick.
All right. She makes her statement. The queen kind of nods, and then after that statement is made, looks at everyone at the table and kind of looks at Ianthe and goes and says something back in a much more hushed tone that you can't make out.
both groups are bugging me. Kill them all.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Something like
just
that.
so you would know, we've been tested.
We've been
Found
tried. We've
wanting.
been tested.
This was a test.
Yaren,
Yes.
The shock trooper to your left begins to sputter and cough, and then she stops making any noise at all. Her eyes begin to bug as she kind of she's puffing her cheeks, and she's kind of making this throat motion forward, and she's not making any noises.
Okay,
And
so she's choking.
beginning to turn blue, and she's
So-
pounding on the tabletop. And what are you doing?
Heimlich. I
Okay,
have
give
a
me-
rank in first aid. So.
Okay, why don't you give me a first aid roll there?
Oh, also, I need one more possibility because I am a prodigy. I forgot because I wasn't here at scene change. I completely forgot.
Well,
Okay, an 18.
Ooh, really?
Oh, sorry. You gave me the Nile one.
There you go.
I just need one.
Yep, take that one. That
Okay.
should stay. That should stay as a regular possibility. You have.
Okay.
You start with 5.
No, somehow that Nile one, when I picked it up, duplicated, and now I'm back down to 3.
Good times.
All right,
So-
so hang on. Hang
Okay.
on.
Okay,
Pick
let's see
that
if
one.
this one will work. Okay. Well, switch to a Nile one, but I'll remember that this
Hang
is
on.
a...
No, I got this. We did this last time.
I think you figured out you could deal it out as a regular one, Mark.
Here, I'm going to drop the Nile
There.
one back. Okay. Okay, perfect. It worked.
Thank you, Jim.
But for the first aid roll, I got an 18.
Okay, so that is going to be an outstanding success. You move in expertly and very calm. Everybody's kind of freaking out a little bit. There's this panic is setting in. You calm everything down. You slide the chair out back. You look at it and just relax, relax. You move around behind her. You put it in a good position, and you give her one good swift pop, and boop, out comes this olive, and doop, across the room, and she's everything comes to a complete halt. Tally comes over and asks the shock trooper if she's okay, and she's got these tears coming down from out of her eyes, just kind of that whole relief, like oh, I was panicking, I didn't know what was going on, and she looks at you and she's through this rasp. She says, thank you very much.
Sit,
I mean,
drink
you're dead.
something. No. Sit, drink something.
Tally says, you have performed a service for me and my trooper. Thank you. And she kind of gives you that little salute and a nod.
Okay. But I'll help the shock trooper, well, the lady, back into her chair, and make sure she has something to drink to start getting the throat relaxed. So.
Okay.
But I do not make a big deal about it at all beyond
that.
Well,
the whole as you're kind of looking around to make sure that you're not making a big deal out of it, and you notice that everyone has taken notice, including the queen. And as you kind of sheepishly make eye contact with her, she kind of gives you a nod as though kind of an unspoken well done.
Okay.
Anybody doing anything else while that's going on?
Just crunching on the bone.
Crunch, 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 crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch.
I'm tempted to do something, but it would look bad.
Oh, be tempted. What do you want to do? 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to try to do this when the queen is not looking. Okay. I'll just take like
the start of a bad idea. Oh wait.
Yeah. Taking like an olive or something like that, or a nut or something like that, and try to
catch it.
No. I'm trying.
Throw it at the red hand or something.
I'm trying to sneakily throw it kind of at Mirage.
Yeah, because you want to see if she's there.
Yes, exactly.
So okay.
I thought you were gonna try to choke on it and be like to Hourglass.
You're supposed to pass out.
No,
so
I would
mouth
pass
to mouth.
out and get the mouth to mouth.
Mouth to mouth. That's right. Not the same thing.
But just kind of like a little.
If I fall down, please give me mouth to mouth. Oh dear God. So.
Because I'm very. Her name is very mysterious.
Yeah,
and I don't believe she's there.
So this is probably going to be very hard to do. If you would like to attempt a missile weapons DN-16,
that's going to be rough. We're going to do it. Missile weapon?
Yeah. I mean, because you're throwing it.
Yeah. I'm kind of trying to be a little.
But you want to do it kind of. You know what? You're trying to do this stealthily. Uh-huh. This is a DN-16 -2 because you're doing it like under the arm, sneaky, and you're trying to like shoot it like you used to shoot marbles, and so it's very hard -2 because you're doing a multi-action. So you need to be stealthy.
For the minus, this is going to be horribly wrong. This is awesome. Ooh, not too bad.
You didn't start out bad.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop a regular possibility here.
I think this would have been so funny if it was a glory.
Hey, He isn't done rolling yet.
Let's see. Last roll was a 13. Oh, there were 15, and then I have an adrenaline.
Okay, so that's
will
the
hit
number.
16. I will hit that.
That's an 18. You had to hit an 18 because of the stealth.
I put the
multi-action.
modifier in there.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Still
so
needed
you managed to kind of palm like an almond, and you kind of get your hand under your elbow next to your chest, and you kind of want flip, and you're looking at Hourglass, and it's like as you reach for the wine glass, you're leaning forward and you do it so that you're talking to Lady Hourglass as the almond bounces off the back of Mirage's head as she's talking to the red hand. and she kind of looks around. So you clearly you've hit something. You saw the walnut, and it kind of got tangled up in her hair a little bit. And she pulls it out of her hair, puts it on the table, and looks around. And you, with your successful stealth roll, she doesn't notice that you're observing her because you seem to be in conversation with Lady Hourglass. But it clearly hit something, and it looks like it hit her. She noticed it, and she took it out of her hair, and you saw hair strands come, like somebody pulling up something that was out of her hair.
Totally worth that possibility. And I'll just kind of do this subtle.
I love that. That's so fantastic.
That is.
And Erp's going to put up ErpNet again, and you're going to get him another message at some point, and it's going to be like, I knew it worked.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. And Erp's not going to have any clue he's helping you reinforce your insanity.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
He's got a clue.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah. I might be getting a little bit of revenge for Jetpack Boy.
Nice.
I mean, it did evolve from Jetpack Boy to Rocket Boot Boy.
We never used the rocket boots. You had to turn those back in.
Yeah.
But he still had them.
I got you, Craig.
Don't
worry. You're on the list.
You're on the list. Don't worry, little man. You're on the list. All right. Anybody else have any activities they would like to perform?
Nope.
Nothing beyond just the typical whining and dining.
I will, in my conversations with them, make sure that I'm trying to bring up some of the going-ons of all the different world events so that they're aware of all of the kind of bad things going on. And I won't bring up I won't say directly that's why we want an alliance to go against them, but I will try to kind of hint that to the queen.
So okay, so essentially what Erp's doing is engaging the Red Hand in a debate about what's going. You've suckered him into that whole debate because he's trying to play off this propaganda thing that no, the Nile Empire, what's going on? Essentially, what his position, he's trying to convince the Queen that Core Earth is really resisting and painting Core Earth as the bad guy here, where all of these various cosms are bringing diversity into the world, and it's a good thing, and Core Earth is staunchly holding on to their stodgy traditions and this, that, and the other, and you're bringing him into that debate and trying to give him enough rope to hang himself, so to speak, and enlighten the Queen on what's really happening. Is that essentially what you're doing there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That'll work. As that's going on at that end, Yaron, Phaedra, the high priest of Athena, Master Yaron, I sense from you a faith in a god that is not our goddess. Would you be so kind as to explain why you hold a faith in this lesser deity? And she says that in a way not trying to be offensive, but more in an erudite way that it's a little offensive, but she's clearly trying to not be
offensive.
when she says that.
It is not a deity as such. We listen to the words of our ancestors. We listen to the spirits of nature, of the wind, of the stone. We work to be one with the land.
Would you give me a faith roll there, Yarn?
Okay.
What do you call your faith, by the way?
It's indigenous faith is what it's called in the Religions of Core Earth book. I am spinning a possibility. I just have to get back to that page.
You are successful. You have a standard success. If you'd like to be better,
I
you
would
may.
like to be better.
Okay.
So, I mean, a roll of a 5 is not great. So, a 21.
That is an outstanding success.
Mm-hmm. Now, did we find out what goddess they worship? I'm thinking it's Athena.
She is Athena. Yeah, she's a high priestess of Athena.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, but I do know of Athena, and I do know of the Greek pantheon.
Is it Athena or just Thena?
Athena.
It's one Thena, not all.
Let's see. What have we done here? Indeed, that's so Christ, the head blacksmith over here, who is clearly, I mean, she is outfitted. She's still got her armor. Looks more like it's functional armor that's been coated in leather to make it more like an armored apron. Right? So she's a smith, so her armor seems to do double duty. And her hammer as well looks like a smith's hammer, but it looks with that long haft on it that it not only would be good for working metal on a forge, but would be a devastating melee weapon in battle. And she's got these forearms that are just ripped. I mean, her arms, there is not an ounce of fat on this woman, and her arms are cut. She is clearly not, she's a doer, not a talker when it comes to leading her people in the forge. And she looks at Rocket and she says, you seem to wear advanced equipment. Tell me, this science that you practice to fly like the birds, how is that accomplished?
I will go into a little lecture, as it were, or of how the rocket pack works.
Okay.
About, you need the eternity and you need to do this and that.
The dual phrasmigators, they tie into the triple oscillators that then have frangulators of their own. And
this also lets us do this, and then I will turn the invisibility on.
which startles everyone. Red Hand stands up when you do that, and he looks very concerned.
And then I'll turn it off.
Go ahead and give me
sure.
Science roll.
Science.
Killed it with science.
Looky there. That is a success. You are 3 off of a good. If you want to go for more, you don't necessarily need to go for more.
Action?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No. This is more funny. While you start talking about it, I will also tell them the tales of my flying and how it works.
All right.
I like that.
Figured you might.
But yes, we could do amazing things.
How does Erp fly?
Well, I had the pack of my own that was able to allow me.
Oh
to fly.
yeah. The Rocket
My-
Boy. You're gonna exploit some of the Rocket Boy.
I'm gonna lean into the jetpack boy for a minute.
Jetpack Boy. Okay. And supporter with Tales of Jetpack Boy. Spelled BOI.
Of course.
Good success. All right. Crag. A course of soup has come out for everyone, and Crag kind of dropped a morsel onto the plate that's kind of rolled underneath this. It's a shallow bowl with a wide lip, and you figure you'll just move the plate to get the morsel, and as you do, you notice there's a piece of paper underneath your bowl.
All right. So I will go to grab the bowl, lift it up, and
You've got the bowl.
eat the soup how you're supposed to eat soup, at least back where I'm from. I'll drop the paper in my lap as I bring the bowl up and drink it. And once I get done, I'll put it down and I'll open the note below the table so nobody else can see it.
Okay, so everyone else is eating their soup with a spoon, and you just picked the bowl up and slurped it all down.
Yes.
The paper says, "Don't eat the soup. It's poisoned."
Oops.
I'm not making that one up. It's in the book.
Brilliant.
What are you doing, Crag?
I'm gonna cough a little, look at the soup bowl, and just kind of push it away.
Obviously, it was a human poison, not a dwarven poison.
And I will lean over to Ivan like, I got a note saying the soup was poisoned, so you might not want to eat it, lad.
Well, Ivan, you're in mid slurp on a spoonful of soup. So, Crag, go ahead. Crag and Ivan, go ahead and give me a evidence analysis roll, please.
Really? I'm great with those. There you go. There's a 6 on my end,
Let's see.
and I don't see any way for me to get any higher than what I need. What do I need?
You need a 10 is where you're at. So, Ivan, tastes like soup to you. That's you're Russian. You've tasted poison soup before. This tastes like soup.
Okay.
Probably had radiated soup
You're
before.
pretty sure if it's poisoned, it's really super secret squirrel kind of poison that you can't taste it. It's better than anything that you've ever heard
That the
of.
KGB would have used.
This is KG. Yes,
Yeah.
it's KGB. It's not common person poison. It's not something they'd have at the Amazon. The KGB might, but yeah.
Solyanka tastes like this.
Well, it tastes
Bragg,
fine to
you
me,
got
too.
nothing. You're starting to sweat a little bit, and you can't tell if it's because you just ate a whole bunch of hot soup in one gulp or you've been poisoned.
It'll come out later.
Yeah.
What kind of handwriting is it?
You don't recognize it.
I mean, does it look more feminine, masculine? You know, do they curl their,
With that evidence analysis,
no,
give me an
forget it.
evidence.
It's a note.
Somebody wrote it in printing. Congratulations.
There's
It's in
nothing
English.
crayons, all I can tell.
In the process of that happening, Luke, when you hear this come from the other end of the table, you kind of look over, and as you do, you move your arm and you've knocked your wine. A servant is pouring wine for you, and you've knocked the glass, and you're about to. The servant's looking too, and if you don't successfully make an easy DNA dex roll here, you're going to cause a problem, as the servant's going to pour wine all over your arm and the table, and it's going to be bad. So why don't you give me a dex roll, raw dex? Holy
Whoa!
shit!
Oh, wow!
Does anybody
like-
have the glory?
You're like Spider-Man.
Yes, I do. I
right,
can witness
yeah.
this.
This was a legendary save.
Like
Holy
the glass
shit.
is tumbling around.
He catches it, and all the wine goes in it.
All right.
Yeah. Ranger's gonna play the glory.
Wow. Okay, give me a second, guys.
done.
So,
Well done.
Yeah, I was gonna
well
say you
done.
should have just led that possibility on the table and then just copied those.
yeah.
yeah, I forget that though. Herb.
It's okay.
Gloriously.
I'll go ahead and draw my card.
Yeah, if you guys, tell you what, let's do this. If you guys want to grab the cards and let me copy, I'm going to drag this out here. Let me copy enough for everybody before you snatch it up.
And I make sure that I don't like blame the servant for
Oh
accidentally.
no, I
spilling the
got you.
wine.
I got you covered.
Okay.
I promise I got you covered. Gloriously with a 68. Save the wine from being spilled as he rises, snatching up the cup and decanter from the startled servant, pouring his own glass and distracts the dinner guests from Crag's boorish behavior with the soup by proposing a toast to Queen Aegea. Documented by who played the glory?
That'd be Rocket.
Lone Rocket Ranger.
Although to be fair, I might have poured it for Avgo instead of myself. Just to, if possible.
I think both. That's my vote.
And Avgo as he. Hey, you. With a glorious result, absolutely. His own glass and Avgo as he distracts the dinner guests from Crag's boorish behavior with the soup by proposing a toast to Queen Aegea. And that's just special that way. We'll do a little highlighting on that so that we won't miss our glory event there. Okay, so everybody picked up their possibilities because I still have 2 on the table.
Oh, I have it. And we can also go in and draw our cards.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
I document it too.
Crag did, right?
I'm grabbing it now. No,
Wait,
I
wait.
mean I'm documenting what happened on my sheet.
He's writing it
I'm
down.
typing it in.
Oh, if you would like what I just read, I will post it in chat.
Sure, that sounds better than what I typed. I just put in what he rolls and who witnesses it. Thank you.
I don't make any warranties or guarantees on spelling. You're on your own.
Well, when I go to type it in, it'll give me a little red line under it if it doesn't work.
Yep. It does that here too. I just ignore it for right now.
There's only 2. So you're good.
While everyone is cheering the queen and kibitzing about what Erp just did and how dapper he was and smooth and the servant is actually very, I mean, like you kind of, she kind of comes and says, you will never run out of wine again, sir, promise. She's very grateful for the cover that you have provided. Tali leans in rocket. And you get this distinct, you feel this grip on, let's see, you don't really have any exposed flesh with your armor. So you feel your arm being pressed in against your side, and you cannot move it. And it's your gun hand, right? And Tali leans in and says to you, where is she? There she is. She says, "The Rocket Ranger's days are numbered. You will die screaming as you plummet out of the sky, buried in the sands where no one will ever find you. You and all your kind are useless. You will never beat Mobius."
So I'm assuming I need to roll my intimidate here as an opposing.
Uh-huh.
I will just roll that, and I will drop this since it is opposing test.
Oh, that's not right.
I'll say, I will correct her and say, that's the lone Rocket Ranger to you.
As you engage your servos, let's see, I got to get that right. As you engage the servos in your rocket suit to force her arm away, and you rise, and she kind of cows as you stand up and seem unafraid and menacing. She sees steel in your eyes and resolve in your words, and she takes a number of steps back because you managed to get an outstanding success through card play. Drat, foiled again. And as she steps away, you notice that Queen Achia sees that, and she gives you a little nod of approval.
I'll give a little nod back.
I do this all the time, and it's very satisfying when I do it as a player, and I'm going to not change anything I do as a player, but it's very dissatisfying when my villains get a good roll and you just wipe it out with just a card. Boom, done. Enjoy your hollow victory, sir.
Yeah, I will. Thank you very much.
Yes, Erp. Yes, I agree with your sentiments, sir. If you all have not read Erp's Fear in the chat, please do, so that it can chill your bones as much as it is his.
Oh, yes.
The doom of Roll20 upon you all, I hope, very soon.
Yeah, last night was rather interesting. We had 3 critical rolls in one attack to turn around and roll 3 critical misses the very next moment.
Ooh. Okay, so raise your hand if you've only got 1 ad in reality.
Let me double check.
Yay! Okay. Ivan, how do you feel about being an Amazon? One can only hope, right? All right, so we speak it into existence. Maybe we'll. So the dinner seems to be winding down. Desserts have come out, and you don't really see anything unusual happen, but Achia abruptly excuses herself and rises.
I immediately stand.
A stand also.
And
Mm-hmm.
Anybody not standing? No. Okay, I didn't think so. Everybody.
The villains we tied to the chair secretly? Oh, wait.
That would have been good. Redhead stands up in his chair, flips over backwards behind him because you tied his shoelaces to the center supports. And no, everybody stands. She excuses herself, and she says, "I hope to see you all in the morning," and walks out. And it seems like as soon as she walks back to the throne and then behind the throne and disappears behind the throne. And as soon as she does, you hear the sound of a door closing. You don't know where it was. And as soon as that stone on stone sound echoes through the vast chamber, everybody begins to walk away from the table as it's like the announces the dinner is over.
Mhm.
The red hand glares at you, Rocket. Or excuse me, at let's see, the red hand glares at Rocket.
Oh,
He glares at Rocket. Tally kind of falls in next to him, glaring at Rocket. Avgo begins to lead you out, Luke. And kind of without moving, she kind of looks over her shoulder at the rest of you as though inviting you all to come, but is somewhat
we'll let the two lovebirds go.
well, but there are Amazons who come to fall in next to all of you if you aren't moving.
Oh no, yes.
After Avgo and Erp.
Yeah,
You may maintain a respectful distance, but they expect you to be following Avgo.
Okay.
I will speak all the French that Lone Rocket Ranger knows. Take Lady Hourglass by the hand, say "Enchanté" and kiss her hand, and leave.
Oh, well, she's walking with you.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought you were gonna
absolutely.
say-
We have to go back to the same spot for a while.
Your domus is kind of like in the same. The domus, the domus areas for visitors, the same area. But I mean, like you have a compound of them over here around a little courtyard. They have a compound over them over here and around a little courtyard. But from the main area in Olympus, it's in the same area before you split off. And so she escorts you, walk together, and it's kind of like you're at the same pace as Avgo and Erp.
I think you should escort her.
to keep her away from these ne'er-do-wells.
Exactly.
Oh, let's see. Where we got anything else? Greg, give me a willpower roll.
Okay. Any higher than a 9?
No. Your stomach feels fine, except that you can't tell if it's the anxiety of not knowing if it's fine or not for real is what's causing it to be just a tad bit upset, or if it's something you ate. It must be that poison soup.
Yeah, sure.
Little column A, little column B.
Good thing we're heading back towards the domiciles, because I'm gonna probably have to use the privy for a little while.
Got a little column BM. Let's see. I didn't get that. Yeah. Okay. So that is going to be a scene. We can do the card thing, and I'm going to go ahead and get all of you over here. Let's go ahead and do the card thing while we're on this tabletop, if you would, please.
Get down to 6.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna recycle this one.
Well, let's get down to 6
Okay.
before we do the recycling step. Let's do order of operations, please.
Fair.
Okay. I'm discarding flurry to get down to 6.
Oh, well then I will trade you this here second wind for that flurry,
Okay.
because that shouldn't go away.
So I'm discarding the second win.
Yes, you are discarding the second win. So we have a willpower step being a second win being discarded to get down to 6. Going once, going twice. Sold American. All right, now let's see. 6. Okay, so everybody want to recycle one? Can recycle at this point.
I'm very good.
I kind of feel like I want to keep the
fine.
backup. Yeah, I've got a backup plan, but I feel like it might be a good idea to keep it. So I'm going to keep it.
Okay. Does that mean that we are in fact done with our recycling? We may go to the next act.
I think so.
You mean scene?
Scene.
Scene.
Yes.
I do that all the time. Yes, the next scene. So you're back at your domicile, overlooking the courtyard, hanging out and
Sitting in the prison.
chit-chatting. As Avgo bids you a fond good evening, she said, "I think that went very well, very well indeed. You all acquitted yourselves very well. Few small missteps." She's kind of eyeballing Crag on that one, but overall, very well. I must ask you again, please remain in your domus. You may not wander about. If you need anything, please let the Amazons outside the door know, and they will do their best to provide for you. If you need me, let them know, and they will come get me. And if I can serve you, I certainly will. You get a little squeeze on your arm, Erp, as she says that, and we'll see you in the morning.
Perhaps a tour of your fine facilities might be appropriate at some point.
Perhaps tomorrow. It is late.
Yes,
Man,
of course.
Crag will ask if they have any herbs on that helps with the stomach. Something he might know from back home.
We
pretty
have.
certain he doesn't have that because they don't have any of that core Earth Pepto-Bismol stuff.
I can have the Chirurgeon send you something if that would do.
All right, so to be amendable.
Very well. A tonic. I will have a tonic brought.
Much appreciated.
She says something. The Amazon. She looks at one of the Amazons who was standing there and overheard the conversation, and the Amazon nods and does the little, fist to the heart thing and salute and takes off at a trot.
Yeah, it's what I'm trying to keep from having.
Indeed. So it is evening time. You are not expected to be anywhere until tomorrow morning. What would you all like to do?
Clean up,
Mm-hmm.
then get some sleep.
Even though the last has said they'll keep an eye on us, any of us going to stay up and do so?
Well, there are villains about. Villains do the villain things.
Oh, we are
So-
safe here in the Amazon's hands.
Oh, I am sure we're safe.
Rest in the arms of the dragon. Sleep.
Crag will
Dream.
Crag will take first watch.
Dream in the arms of the dragon. Bonus points for knowing that movie.
Oh,
Arthur?
Excalibur.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
who was
Excalibur,
that?
that's right.
That's Robert.
That was Robert.
Yeah, that was Robert. One of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him as the guy as Merlin.
Yes,
Merlin
that is.
was
He is
awesome.
Merlin, as far as I am concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I have tried to figure out how to make that skull cap to cosplay that. I would
enjoy
that. And now that I have the beard or the salt and pepper to do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
When we saw them going, everyone else kind of going back to their rooms, did it look like any of their rooms were close enough by that we'd be able to like potentially hear through the walls? Or, okay.
No.
Then
You can't even see their compound. There's hedges and walls and other buildings and stuff in between you and them. You would have to physically maneuver through Olympus and the various walkways to get there, which would put you at risk of being spotted by the patrols. And you've noticed that there are foot patrols in the streets and the passageways, as well as guards. You can easily assume that they have guards outside their building, just like you do.
that's fine. Then I spend the time checking the inventory of my stuff to make sure no one messed with it while we were gone, and of course, giving all of the weapons a proper cleaning.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't have enough equipment to really worry about. So
I make sure my all my equipment is functioning as far as the rocket suit and the weaponry.
Nobody's
my
put a
tools.
banana in the tailpipe trick while you were
Exactly.
eating dinner.
Exactly. And
Okay.
then go to sleep with the 45 under the pillow.
And while I'm keeping watch, I'll sharpen my axe as I'm waiting for the tonic.
So Crag is keeping watch.
First watch, yes.
Do we have a watch order?
Nobody said anything, but Crag will just go kick somebody here in a little while to have them 10 minutes watch.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Okay, so Crag, how long are you on watch before you go kick somebody?
Well, back home, the standard watch is about 4 hours, so that's what I'll do.
Okay.
And after 4 hours, I will go kick.
Here comes the random die roll.
Yep. Hello, Rocket Ranger.
What? I will spin up and take the 45 and point it at him.
Put my finger in the barrel.
Dude. I served with a corporal that you woke him up with a broom handle for fire watch because when Corporal Miller woke up, if you were within arm's reach, Corporal Miller was hitting your ass. And so you poked him with a broom handle and he it's your turn to take watch, Corporal Miller. And he's sitting there and he's wide-eyed and you have to say it 2 or 3 times before he what? Okay. So yeah. Anyway.
Well, I will respectively take my watch.
Okay, so
make sure to get my armor back on.
I'll find a corner to lean against with a shield and axe in front of me. Axe across my lap and the shield in front of me.
All right, so I am setting us up here in no apparent order to simulate everybody in their own little room. For the watch. Okay. Crag. Give me a find roll, please.
That's right. I'm actually trained that now. Okay.
Oh, wow. Son of a bitch. Wow. Okay.
That's how you win. You roll well. Dude, we're doomed.
Point
At some
was
point,
worth
we're
it.
doomed.
Yeah, that point was definitely worth it.
For the record, I'm a big fan of 1 point in skills that I'm going to roll a lot because of that right there.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's the
I
reason
feel bad putting that 1 point in there when 5 XP goes boom done and it's gone and I've got is 5 ones across the board. But when you do that, you're like, yep, that was well spent. But right now, it's not 9 o'clock yet, so you're just pissing me off, Greg. Okay. How do I narrate this properly? Okay. In the worst possible light for me. Almost. So, Craig, you go to roust Rocket for his watch. Rocket, you groggily acknowledge Crag, and you begin to pull on your greaves, and you got the greaves of your rocket suit on.
Yeah.
About the point in time, Crag, when you see a shadowy figure on the roof. Your domus has the room set around like an atrium, an open air atrium, right? Mm-hmm. Which is the picture here, and you see a shadowy figure on the rooftop pouring something into the center of your atrium, and you can't really tell what's happened until you walk into the middle of the atrium and you notice a movement. And if you guys don't know what this is from the movie, I'll be very disappointed in you, and you guys your gamer cards will get a notch in them. But these little, it starts out as these little bitty bugs that they begin to spin, and they've got some kind of pinchers out front and some kind of tail that's kind of arcing back and forth, and they kind of walk in a circle, and you can't tell what happened. You hear the sound of glass shattering and someone on the roof running off as these things get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I mean, like we go from cockroach to rat to cat to dog to small pony to donkeys in like before you can say, "Oh, Rocket, get out here!" and we're in combat.
As soon as I see it, I'm just going to start banging my shield and my axe together.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about surprise.
We didn't even have a Medusa head in the bag for that to start.
No, you didn't. They are about the size of a donkey, a small burro. And we're not going to have a surprise round because I randomized when these showed up on the watch schedule between beginning of the watch and tomorrow morning. And it came right at the end of, Crag said 4 hours, and I rolled a 4. So
well, I had an alertness card in my hand. You know, if anything else, it was going to be Crag belly aching about his stomach that kept us all away.
I wish I had rolled something else now, though, so you could have played that way, Robert, because that would have been perfect.
I mean,
but as fair, it is,
it would have also just been
felt like that was when Doc cooked.
You know, Craig had to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Would have noticed it.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and this is going to be a standard scene.
Didn't need a watch.
Oh, back in action. Any KO'd heroes, including defeated ones, recover 2 shock and return to the battle. Good. Come up right now. Heroes will go first, and then the villains can be stymied. Son of a bitch. And the approved actions are attack and taunt.
Hell, Craig will go ahead and go to the nearest whatever creature this is and go ahead and start swinging at it.
They are giant scorpions, sir.
Figures as much. Like I said, we didn't even have a Medusa head to stab in and make him with. So yeah, at this point in time, I see no other reason other than just to swing my axe at him.
Sure.
10.
That is not going to get it done. You're about 3 shy.
And we have no cards yet, so
nope.
I'm just going to be miss.
All right. Let me get that turn order thing out there. I bet it's populating because every time I've added everybody to the turn order, I've ended up with 2 people there. So I'm going to take a moment and go get some more water because I'm killing my throat tonight. And when I come back, you guys figure out who's going next. I'll be right back. For that matter, do we want to do our 9 o'clock break 10 minutes early?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sure.
That's fine.
So,
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So we'll see you then.
All right.
button. There we go. And we're back.
Wrong button.
Yep, I hit.
Want to hear some more of that? All right.
The wrong thing.
All right. So, Craig, you had gone and failed to strike a scorpion. Who would like to go next?
Rocket's going to go.
Okay, Rocket.
Since my invisibility and force field gadgets aren't attached to my suit, I will simple action ignite the or activate the invisibility. So a flash of light. I will become I'll become very vulnerable. I am going to shoot at the giant scorpion that's there with my 45. How does a 12 look?
You're very vulnerable, correct?
I will be. It's a weird thing because I go from being a -6 to a -2 because I made an action, and I'm very vulnerable, so it'll only be a +2 to hit effective.
Okay. 12 on my scorpion, and you're attacking with a what?
With a 45.
That is a standard hit. You are 3 off of a good.
Okay, it'll just bounce off the
play. You know what? I will take the standard hit because we'll see how much damage it'll take. It is at a what's its toughness?
16.
16. All right, it's going to take a point of shock. If it takes a point of shock.
It does in fact take a point of shock.
Okay.
All right. That's rock. So you're running around without your armor.
I have my mask on. So
you have a mask. Yeah. But you're not armored.
No, I'm not armored in my suit. Correct.
Okay. Who's next?
Yaren's going to, as a simple action, pull his rifle and shoot this one.
Okay. Your dodge is a 10, by the way.
Whose?
The scorpion.
Oh, I rolled a 16. So that's good.
14.
Yeah, your physical roll was a 16, but your total's a 14.
Oh, excuse me. My total is a 14.
It's quite all right. I do that.
So
is that your final answer?
Truthfully, no. I would really like to get rid of this thing. So I am going to spend a possibility on it.
Nice. Yay, Torg candy. You have so much Torg candy, you guys. Spend some of it. I'm hungry.
So that's a 20. So that'll be an outstanding. Then.
Outstanding on the number. Your toughness is a 16.
Okay. So I got a 19. So he takes 2 shock.
Yes, he does. All right. And that's Yaren, Luke, or Ivan?
Luke will come out, and I will go ahead with my AK, as that's the easiest thing to grab and run out the door with, and shoot 2 of them.
Okay.
With a short burst.
You're 1 off. You're actually you're 3 off because you don't have a -2 and you short burst. You're 1 off of an outstanding.
Yeah, that short burst is included, and I don't have the -2 for 2 targets because of my eye. So
okay, then we're good. So you're a good success, unless you want to drop candy on it.
Now I will.
How much candy you have?
I do have a lot of candy, but I will not bow down to this temptation to spend it.
Peer pressure.
You said target 16, toughness 16?
Yes.
1 and the other. All right.
I'm happy they take shock.
Yeah.
What do you think these are? Undead scorpions?
They could have been.
They very much, yeah. Well, hey,
really, it's a theme.
It could be. All right, Ivan.
Yeah. So in typical Russian version of redneck, I probably come out wearing some Amazon bathrobe and flip flops with my hammer.
Hey, I'm just glad there's a bathrobe.
Are you like Prime Basic? You talking about Amazon, the company? talking about Amazon the company or Amazon the women?
Like one of whatever they might have had in the closet that I like,
Okay.
I'll wear this to sleep.
All right. Nice.
So
Jim, the
shower
only problem
cap.
is the front of it's wide open.
yeah.
Yeah, probably true.
Oh, so that's gonna make me vulnerable.
Is Ivan a 4 case?
Uh,
Well, I've
no, because it's with mine,
Okay.
my reality.
They're going to stand?
Yeah, I'm gonna be vulnerable. So
Ivan's vulnerable. Target acquired.
We already know he's only got one in reality, so
Looking forward.
you might want to close that robe before you do transform.
Or not. Hey, it's after 9 o'clock. All right, so
At least most of his stuff's still in the room, so that wouldn't transform.
let's see. We're just going to go one at a time on everybody just because. I got a pincer across the board, and we're just going to go left to right. Crag, here's your pincher.
Nope.
9.
Negative.
Luke. Oh,
14 is going to be standard. Right.
all right. Ivan. No. Rocket. Ooh, what's the 17, Rocket?
17. You're actually a 19 because I'm
Yep.
vulnerable,
Yep.
but I'm a
Yep.
-2.
Yep.
A 19 is a good hit.
Ooh, a good hit. Okay, so here comes your stinger. Oh, man. Damn it.
That's sad.
Here's your good hit damage from the pincher.
17. Okay.
Yes.
And that'll be a wound.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to.
Oh, Yarin.
Oh,
I'll take the
Okay.
wound.
you have an outstanding success on me.
Okay, so let's see if I stinger is any better. How's a 14?
You will have a good success on me.
Okay, so let's do the goods. Let's do the pincher first. That's an outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Well, no, I mean it's what it is. I'm not in my armor, so that is going to be 3 wounds.
Ooh, ouch.
So
Yeah, that's right, 3 wounds.
later on, Crag is literally going to get on to all of you for not sleeping in your armor.
Yep.
There's all kinds of problems with that, I promise you.
Fair point, Craig.
I can heal this. The pincher is what I'm really worried about. So
So you're going to let those 3
I'm
wounds
gonna let
stand?
this one stand because I can heal that later.
Okay, so here comes the stinger. You said that was a good success?
That was a good success.
Oh, no, I pushed the wrong button. 16 from the stinger.
Okay, that will be another wound. So this is the one I'm going to try to soak.
And congratulations, oddly enough, they didn't give the giant scorpion's stinger any kind of poison.
Oh, hey, that's amazing.
Really?
Yep. They gave it an M4.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because you have it
Well,
written
it does
in the
say poison
comments.
shock around in the comments for the damage. The stinger.
Does it?
yeah.
Poison 2 shock per round.
Oh, yeah. I gave it poison.
Okay. Let's see.
Because it's a giant friggin' scorpion with a stinger. It needs poison.
Yeah. Hold on, I forgot to add the wounds in.
Have you dropped me some candy on the table? You did drop me some
I
candy
did.
on the table.
Okay, so reality.
Excuse me.
That will be enough to stop that 1 wound
Yes, sir.
and the shock from coming in.
Yep. But you now are poisoned. Let's put some kind of little Little hootenanny on you.
Oh, I'll find one.
Okay,
There's a good
you
one.
find one. All right, and
Poison.
that's there we go. Poison. That's everybody.
And
You may
Mark-
play. Yes.
And Mark, I totally forgot. I am stymied because my force field would go off taking that wound. So I didn't take the wound, but I am stymied.
Oops.
And it uses a charge. Oop.
All right, everybody's played cards in their pool. We'll flip another one. All right, backs to the wall. In this round, exploding results do not add extra bonus dice of damage for villains. Oh, God, seriously? Heroes will go first, and the villains can be fatigued. Intimidate and trick are the approved actions. You know what? I'm fine with this. Let's get the crap cards out of the way in the standard scene, so I can just pwn you guys when we get to the dramatic scene. If there is a dramatic scene. All right. So, what would the heroes like to do?
Urine is backing away and going to heal.
Okay, so he's gone a little vulnerable.
Yep. Which is okay. And I have to add a -3 to this because I'm trying to heal myself. I am not a force case contradiction, but I need to have this kind of go off, so I will go and spend the possibility to improve this.
I'm getting all kinds of possibilities out of Yarn.
Yeah. I have a tendency to be free with them, so.
Candy little boy.
No, blast roll was a 2.
Yeah.
Ugh, I still don't do it. Okay.
Unless somebody's got a card to trade you.
I got a second chance if you want to try to use it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Gotcha. Good.
Because I'll do
So
first aid after this. Or
Well, I was gonna
somebody
say-
can.
If you failing though, you're going to take the 2 shock though.
Yeah, and I'm going to pass out. So
Right.
Didn't you?
Oh,
get
you're
rid
I
of-
don't
down?
mind.
Didn't you
I don't
just get
mind.
rid of it's only a flesh wound card or something like that?
That does, with my strength, that is not useful.
So you're down.
Yep, I am unconscious.
Alrighty.
So
Come on, you friggin'. So Roll20, I like Roll20 as an application and a program, but damn, it's a pain in the ass when I've got the pop-ups come underneath all of their little boxes, like the boxes for the cards on the right and the boxes for everybody's names and all that other shit. When the pop-up isn't smart enough to say, well, I'm going to pop up behind that thing, so let me pop up over here so you can use me over here.
Now, did you just get shocked out?
yes, I did.
Okay.
So he could be inspired back up. All right, so that's Yarn. Who's
Y'all
next?
kill the scorpions first.
We got this.
All right.
I'm going to, since I'm invisible, I'm going to go over and I'm going to distract the scorpion that is facing Crag. So I will become. Wait, hold on. Wait, I don't know if I can do this because I am very vulnerable. I won't be able to leave. Never mind. I'm going to shoot that thing with my pistol.
I'm going to shoot the glass.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put the right button. And 10 is just a hit, so I will give it one more shock.
Are you unskilled with your Colt? Yeah. Where is it?
Oh, yes, I am.
That's right.
We ask that every time.
That is on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Every
forgot
time
we'd
it shows
have to
up,
do
I'm
it.
like, nope, he said that. He's unskilled.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's next?
And then my stymie will go away. My very vulnerable will go away. I'll be a -2 to hit. because of the invisibility. Thank you.
I guess
That's me.
All right.
Go ahead.
Luke will step back from his because I can't fire the AK. I don't think
No, you can't fire it in
I
melee.
can't fire the AK in melee. So I will step back from mine and I will fire at mine and the one that was on Yaren, since Yaren's no longer in combat with it.
Okay. They're
And
kind of in line, sure.
Yeah, I will. Well, I'm short bursting anyway, so it can be a roundabout line.
And Craig's short enough anyway. The bullets are just going to go over his head.
Now,
You're one off. You're one
that
off
is
for
not
good.
exactly how it's been in the past. He's bounced off the back of me home twice.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. That's right.
Ping, 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 ping. Not again, damn it. That's an outstanding. Oh. I have had enough of this AK shit.
Yeah, I hear the AK go off, and I just kind of turn to look at Luke and make sure he was aiming at something else in mind.
And the second one? Yaren's. Oh, look at that.
Take down my friend.
Ooh. That's good.
That's how we do that, isn't it? I'll make sure that that's... Huh. Okay, let me adjust that on the sheet there, because that's not how that was set up. And you'll be happy to know that did that one in. Yes, it did.
Yay!
Craig's
Aha.
going to do the typical tree skin and battle axe.
Okay.
So battle axe is the lower of the two rolls, so I'll roll this.
Bark and smash.
Bark and smash. 14 is a
Sounds like a new pair of Crocs.
standard,
Or-
isn't it?
Loafers for folks in comfortable shoes. Bark and smash.
It's the name of my store. So 14 is a standard, right?
Yes, you're one off a good.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little higher. All right. And I messed up. I didn't put in my modifier for the fact that I'm doing 2, so that makes it easier. Last roll was an 18. There we go, 18. So it's still a good.
It is indeed.
All right.
Now you're 2 off of an outstanding. Oh, wait. This is, wait. This is melee, correct?
Yes.
This is melee. That is an outstanding on the number.
Oh, excellent. So with that, that's going to be a 25 for my. So it's also an outstanding. So my toughness is now 3 points higher. All right. So damage, you said outstanding.
Yeah.
What was their toughness? 16.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
You bury your axe in the skull of the, and it kind of, and the tail curls up on its back as it vibrates and dies.
Excellent.
Ivan?
So I will swing at that one. How's that look?
So that is we're going to call that a good, because I've set the precedent. I should probably be using the unarmed number because they don't have a melee weapon. I don't know why they gave them a melee skill, but hey, they're unarmed.
Well, I mean, they got the rifles, so you know.
So you got a good success. Go ahead.
And toughness?
16.
16. You stave in its skull, much like Crag.
What is like blasted land cockroach?
Rad scorpions. For those who play Fallout 4. All right, and so now it's me, and I get to make everybody fatigued. So
Actually, I'm going to play a flurry first.
of course you are.
Well, you know, there's one left, and then there's the one on the Lockert Ranger. So I am going to short burst and aim at a vital spot on this here scorpion in front of me.
You shoot at both of them.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to apparently get damage, but if I'm going to roll that well.
Well, no, I just wanted you to shoot the Rocket Ranger. I'm getting tired of feeling the bullets on the back of my head.
Well, it's not the Rocket Ranger who's putting the bullets in the back of your head. It's Mr.
No,
AK-47 over
share
there.
the love.
He doesn't have his helmet on.
That is that problem.
So you're shooting at one or two, Jim?
Just the one.
Just the one. That's just
Okay.
where I rolled the 35 on, and I assumed that was the outstanding, so he
Oh,
can have
yes.
a wound,
Yes, indeed.
and I can be no longer vulnerable. See, that was the real reason to do it.
All right, and that's everybody. And now I get to make my attack, and there's only one left that I can attack, and that is the lone Rocket Ranger. You said I'm -2 because of your invisibility?
That is correct.
Don't forget your fatigue, if you haven't already done.
I already gave him fatigue. How's a 19 look?
19. Oh, that is going to be a good hit.
Robert, you're going to take 2 shock from that poison. Is that going to cause you a wound?
Well, I'm at my maximum for shock. This would just take me 2 over.
Yeah, but when you take damage when you're KO'd, doesn't that just translate to a wound?
I will leave that for people that know the rules far better than I do.
I'm guessing. So
I'll
I
look
don't
it
want
up.
to guess and give you a wound could put you into the testing for defeat category unless we've got it written down. So we'll deal with that in a minute.
Yeah.
So what is that again, Rocket? Is that a good?
Is a good success, yes.
Okay, so here comes your stinger. Oh, what's 14 look like?
14 is going to be a standard.
Okay, so you can be poisoned. Let's do your good success on the pincher. 16?
16. I gotta look at my toughness. That's gonna be a wound. The force field will take it.
Okay.
Becomes stymied.
And then the stinger comes in with a 14.
14. That'll be 2 shock.
Okay, so you're now poisoned. Taking 2 shock around.
Do I take a strength test to avoid the poison?
You can't. Let's see. That is how poison works, isn't it? Yarn, go ahead and give me a strength test, and then we'll figure out whether you take.
I have the answer for you, that Mark. Page 117 under shock. It's shock is stress and minor physical injuries. When a character suffers shock beyond his maximum, he's knocked out. Additional shock beyond this limit is ignored.
That's in the. I've always read that as in the
It's
wound.
in the rules.
Yeah, as an addition, as that wound that knocks them out, it's ignored. I'm wondering when they are out, if they take additional damage while out. I thought I read something about that, but I can't put my finger on it. I'm looking at where you're.
The example says ignores any further shock.
Ah, good. Okay,
So
perfect.
Okay. But my strength roll, just in case. Dang it. I shut off my character sheet for don't know why.
Because you were dead.
Yeah. Well, unconscious. Okay.
We will have an Amazon funeral for you.
Yes. Yeah. Strength is not his forte. So
Okay, so you are.
I did make mine. I'm assuming a 15.
Where's conditions? Sorry, I'm not trying to kill you, Robert. It just
No
comes out that way,
problem.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, don't kill our Yarn. We need him.
You did fine without the smart guy last week.
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean,
also
we were a Benny
it's
Hill
also the
episode, but yeah.
It's also the negate we don't want to lose.
Here we go. Poison is on page
265.
That sounds about right. Creature with poison deals damage equal greater than creature's toughness, which you did. Poison takes effect. Poison deals its listed damage or effect each round for a minute. After a minute, poison character must attempt a standard strength roll.
But it's just doing
succeeds.
shock, so it just
Yeah.
keeps doing shock, and I'm unconscious.
Yeah, so I will take it. I will take the first or the
Okay.
round one of shock.
We've spent enough time on it for now. We'll figure it out. I'll dig into it further. I'm almost certain there's something about taking. It may be wounds though. Something about when you're unconscious or you've been KO'd and you take additional damage.
Then each wound or each damage, then you keep making defeat tests.
And that's
wound.
That's for wounds.
Okay, so it's not.
It's not.
It's not It's not shock. Doesn't translate to a wound if you're KO'd.
Right.
Okay,
Correct.
that's fine. We'll run with that because that sounds like the way it's supposed to be. And we won't kill Yarn. So let's see. That's all of me. You guys play cards in your pools.
Except for Yarn.
Yeah, that's just great. Roll an extra obstacle. See the Nile Empire sourcebook to add to the scene. The villains will go first, and the heroes can be set back. The approved actions are defend and trick. Oh, damn it! It's 40. 40 in a standard scene is not as much fun as 40 in a dramatic scene. But I will take it with one. Scorpion left, and let's see.
You know, oh, I was gonna say Yarn. You should have played your Cosm card.
Oh shoot! I completely forgot about that.
What's your Cosm card, Yarn?
I can actually still play it for y'all this round. It is spurred on.
Oh.
So they're up for their next action.
Next turn.
Yeah, their next turn.
Nice. We will avenge you, Yarin.
Thank you, Jim.
Wow.
I was actually, this is the reason I was kind of just going to accept the wounds for this, but I forgot about it.
Okay, so the card says,
Now, if you don't want me to play, if I can't play it because it's a round after, I don't mind. I can save it for later.
yeah, let's hold on to that.
Okay.
Let's hold on to
No
that.
problem.
So, Ivan, as you smash the skull of or rather, let's see, Erp, you went last, right, with your flurry.
Yep.
As the rounds smash into the scorpion, you see some red and blue sparks come off of the Nihilish creature as your core Earth weaponry interacts, and the realities clash, and the red and blue sparks kind of, it's almost like you ever seen one of those YouTube videos where somebody they've got some fireworks or black powder or something laying next to something they're goofing around with, and a stray ember pops into some of it and then it just takes off. Well, that red and blue kind of starts to spark a little bit, and then it just, and it's like the air erupts in this red and blue crackling energy, and lightning arcs from the scorpion as it dies and it's consumed, and you're all struck by this red and blue lightning and are disconnected.
Ooh.
Ow.
Everybody.
Does that include the Lone Rocket Ranger who is from the Nile Empire?
Yes.
Okay.
The reality,
Sure.
the fabric of reality has been rent, and you're in a mixed zone, and so you've been shoved into the core Earth overlay, and so you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is wrong. I'm not supposed to be here. And you've kind of been shunted over forcibly by the force of the lightning. And so everybody gets to reconnect here. And I will tell you that I rolled the 16, and the 16 is what comes up with all the heroes are disconnected in the obstacle piling list. So
no worries. Well, the villains are going first. So
This is going to be bad.
yeah, this is going to be
this is
great.
going to be interesting. There's only one.
Yeah, that is correct.
But you're
this is a
set back.
setback?
Yep.
I'm saying the disconnecting was a setback, right?
No, the disconnecting was the center text.
Oh, the center
The,
text.
the setback is completely different.
Disconnected and set back.
Yeah.
So let's get the Lone Rocket Ranger out of the way, because that just seems like
that's not the way you
On
say
the
that.
bright side, on the bright
We'll
side,
just get him out of the way. Kill him right now.
Am I still -2 on you, Rocket?
yes, you would be because I'm still invisible.
Would you be? If you
How's a 9 look?
That misses me.
Okay. All right. Oh, so what is the hero's setback? I'll give you guys the choice. You can all take a pass on your action, or I can do something else.
I will pass my action and just try to reconnect.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
no,
by
this
me.
is unanimous. It's not either or. It's not everybody gets
that's
a
my-
choice. It's a
That's my vote.
Pass my action is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. We can be so confused by having to reconnect for no reason.
well, you're picking your asses up off the ground because you got blasted by the red and blue lightning, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't feel right.
What?
And so yes. All right. So we'll.
We're in a mixed zone, correct?
Yes, you are in a mix zone, but we're flipping a card.
Well, are we reconnecting or not?
Well,
this turn?
You're set back, so
Okay.
we're just gonna.
Yeah, you missed.
Oh,
your
okay.
We're not
turn.
going to give you free actions or any
Okay.
actions. You're just
No
set
problem.
back, and you're picking yourselves up and realizing that, oh shit, I can't touch my home cosm, and we still have this scorpion prancing about in our domus. This is bad. You can play cards in your pool though.
Okay.
I think it'd be one of those rocket ranger. You ain't killed that thing yet.
Don't make them like they used to. Objects and vehicles suffer a wound if damage equals toughness, and another wound for every 5 over. The villains will go first, and then the heroes can flurry. The approved actions are intimidate and taunt. So it's kind of a mixed bag there. Kind of a mixed bag. All right, so we're just, I'm just happy to keep pinching at Rocket over there.
Since I didn't do anything last time, it's actually worse to hit me. I become -6 with my invisibility.
Why is that?
Because I didn't do anything last round.
Oh, so you have to actually do things.
I have to actually do thing to get to a -2 penalty.
Oh, so I'm -6 because you stood still, essentially?
Yes.
Okay.
I go to a very
I wasn't even going to get close, so.
yeah.
Okay, so the heroes may go. Who'd like to go?
I will attempt to reconnect. Actually, well, yeah, I will attempt to reconnect first. I was gonna say I should probably let Rocket Ranger go first, but because
If you'd like to let Rocket go first, Rocket can go first.
yeah.
I'm not there anymore.
Wait, Rocket.
So-
No. You
Okay,
can't be
okay.
invisible. That's creating a contradiction.
Then I am not invisible, and then
But it doesn't matter. Even with a +6, I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 11 is my normal. So.
I missed you. I still
Okay.
missed you. So
Okay. The previous one, you would have gotten a standard hit against me because it would have been right on the nose.
oh well. In that case, you would have just taken.
Yeah, because it's a pull power of.
Yep. 15.
15. That's me taking a wound. And 2 shock.
Ouch.
And then I took 2 shock from the poison.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so this turn I will go first. I'm going to try to reconnect. What's our number we're looking for?
Mix zone is more than that.
More than that.
I believe it's a 12.
All right, and then I'm going to get out of the way.
I thought mix was 10.
No, it is 10. Yeah, it is 10.
Still, that roll's not going to do it. So,
No.
No.
boop. I'm just going to get out of the way, and I will be vulnerable.
You
And I'll
will
get
be.
rid of my stamina.
I will attempt to reconnect.
And we are clean on the game state.
Oh, we were never too bad on the game
Oh.
state.
Wait. I then take 2 shock, and
And
then I
go
fall over.
down. Yeah.
In
So
that
you're not
case,
vulnerable, you're unconscious.
Yeah, because of the poison. Because this is round 3 of poison.
I will make sure I'm not in Luke's way. And step in between, close enough between the 2 unconscious individuals and cast Soothe.
Crag does?
Yeah.
You reconnect, Craig?
Oh, I need to do that first, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
All right, so let me cancel this out and try to reconnect first.
Oh, actually, Soothe is in
Oh.
Core Earth Axiom.
It's okay. I'm still,
It's all right.
it's at 11. I'm in.
Still got to reconnect anyway. So
Oh yeah, true.
And I guess because we lost because of that setback, we didn't get. Oh, you kept the Cosmo card. Never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a 14.
But I wasn't going to jack you over for that just because you're like,
No.
wait a minute. Wait.
I'm going to go ahead and.
Okay,
throw
so
the
you
action.
reconnected and you soothed. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cast the action. That makes it a good success. So everyone who is close enough, 5 meters,
5 meters. Yeah.
gets 3 shock back.
Okay.
So hopefully that'll make certain people conscious, and that's the end of the first part of the flurry.
For you,
Yes, for me.
Crag and Erp have gone. Who's next?
I will go
I think
ahead and try
you.
to reconnect.
Ivan! Look at that.
So, Erp's already went for the first, right?
Well, I attempted to reconnect. I didn't fire my gun. I could have
You
tried
haven't,
that.
oh, you
because
haven't acted?
I haven't acted. I was thinking about whether or not anyone had cards that could have gotten me there, but I can just fire
What?
the AK
Do you
as
need to
is.
reconnect?
What's the tech axiom of the AK?
It's Core Earth. It's Tech 22.
Oh, it's in the mix-up. Yeah.
Everything I have is basically Core Earth,
Yeah,
except
you're
for
fine.
my cyberware.
Yep.
Oh, did I give
See-
the wrong person? Yes, I did.
Yep.
So the eye is not going to be in a play. for
Correct.
this.
I'm not attempting to aim at this point. So, oh well, if you're gonna give me that, then I will.
Yeah, I mentioned I asked if you needed one, so I just whatever you want.
What's
to
What's the action on the table?
He's trading me a reconnect card.
The action was to get a higher
Soothe.
on a soothe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, then I will play the reconnect and
Okay.
just fire. And now I will aim, and
Now you can use the eye.
yes, I will now aim for a vital spot.
One off an outstanding.
I don't think there's anything I can do. Actually,
I
have it.
say that.
Oh, okay. Either one. You want to keep the sport, or you want me to play the adrenaline?
Keep the adrenaline.
Okay.
Ivan dodges in and makes him step into your fire for an outstanding result.
16.
Okay. Who has not reconnected?
Rocket Ranger.
Yarin,
Yarin
Rocket
has
Ranger.
not. Yeah. So Yarn, I mean, since I'm conscious, I will try to reconnect, but there's
Okay.
not much else I'm going to do right now.
And then this is turn
Wow.
4
Okay,
of
so-
shock for Rocket Ranger. Okay.
Yarn, you're going to take 2 more shock.
Well, actually, hold on. I have a. Oh no, I can't play the hero card. Yep. So I'm going to take 2 more shock.
And so is the Rocket Ranger.
And that's what I did. I'm counting off the boxes how much I got.
So it's not dramatically, it's not germane to the scene anymore or dramatically interesting as far as the connection goes. So you relax without the pressure of everything going on, and you concentrate and you reach out and reconnect yourselves to, unless you want to keep rolling to see if you disconnect and transform into an Amazon, which we could absolutely do, but I'm willing to hand wave the reconnect and let you reconnect because it's no longer dramatically interesting. In the midst of combat, yeah, it's interesting.
I went ahead
combat,
and
not so much.
I guess healed Yaron for some.
Okay.
Was it
Thank you.
17 on the result.
That'll get me 2 back.
And Rocket Ranger passes out.
Well, we're
I would like to watch this yo-yo for a while.
Jetpack Boy is
Pretty much
enjoying
it.
the show.
Pretty much it right there.
So the Kyurgen shows up with Crag. Well, that's 4. This is 4 hours later. Never mind. So the Amazons burst in with all of this going on, and they're alarmed and startled, and they begin to tend to your wounds and help revive everyone. Oddly enough, they call for the Kyurgen, who shows up, has a poultice for the poison and helps you overcome that, and it fades in time. Then the wound just hurts, and it'll take a while to heal. You can erase your shock. You've had plenty of time with your shock, and they listen to what you have to say. Avgo shows up and is alarmed and startled and dismayed. Yeah, absolutely. Yaron or Crag can heal Luke.
Yeah, that's why I was typing.
You have plenty of time.
Not to interrupt you.
Yep.
yeah, I have first aid.
Or first aid, either one. You guys could do those rolls.
Yeah.
And she promises that you'll take this to the Queen. She'll stand guard personally until the morning, and you all should get some sleep. And we're gonna go ahead and do the card thing. So let's go ahead and do the card thing.
I was gonna say
First,
Crag... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, we'll do the rolls. We'll do the rest of the rolls before we do the card thing.
Yeah, I'd say Crag, I have a first aid kit, so that can be favored.
Oh, well, I have one too. I keep forgetting this favorite.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
So that means I can roll it again. There's a 13.
Yeah, that's
so
how you
what's it,
favor that.
12, right? For the 1 wound?
Yep.
Yep.
Was that on me or was that on Rocket?
That'd be on Luke.
Yeah, because Ray came in and took care of Rocket's shock issue.
Okay.
And I think Yarn can do first aid
Well,
too, right?
Yeah, I will. But can you do first aid on me? Because I still have 1 wound you can cure with first aid.
Okay, how often can I do the first aid?
Once on
it's just
everyone.
time. Yeah, it's once on everybody, really.
Oh, okay. Well,
Have you already first aided Yaron?
no, I
he
healed
heals.
Yarn.
Okay.
So that's a 12
Well, there
for
you go.
first aid. Well, 11 for first aid.
Okay.
Yeah, but 10's the number.
Yeah, and I only have -1 for
All right.
the wound.
Yep.
So.
So Rocket Ranger's the next one?
Correct.
Sorry, brother.
Step right up. The doctor is in.
And then I will try to first aid Luke.
No,
It's
Luke's
the
done.
bandage carousel.
Yeah, he got me, so it's just the Rocket Ranger that needed it
Oh,
because
okay.
Yarn didn't do so well on that.
Everybody turns to look
Oh.
at the Rocket Ranger with their first aid kits out, scalpels in hand, and they're coming at you. They're coming at you to fix you, and you're like, "Oh dear
Yeah,
God, no!"
no.
And I
I'm
stick my
still
finger
too
right
out
in
of
the
it.
hole
Yaron.
with Is this
I'm
hurt?
still a
Yeah,
little too out of
right
it.
here. You get that poison out of
Here.
there.
Why don't you give me a card and I'll let you roll?
Does that hole
Well,
hurt?
actually, let me try heal instead.
Okay.
guard sticks his hole in the pincher wound and says, "Does that hurt?"
Ah,
Yep. That's a hole.
That's a hole. Damn,
It's
that's
just
deep
one
too.
wound.
one
Yes,
wound,
one.
yes.
Okay.
I think I feel a bone in there.
So I got a 12, so I heal you 1 wound.
Yeah, it's still marked that you're wounded also. So,
Oh, yes, but I'm not wounded anymore.
okay. Oh,
And
my
I will
goodness.
let what's her face know the best description I can give to the person I saw dropping whatever it was.
Oh yeah, no. Avgo takes your statement and is she forgets about her amorous affections for Earp when you tell her that one of the Amazons did this. She is visibly dismayed that you are insisting that an Amazon did this.
I'll also inform her that one of the other delegations has the ability to control people. Rocket Ranger can attest to that.
She looks over at you and she has this questioning.
It has happened before, and I'm not pointing fingers.
I'm not pointing fingers.
It's someone in the other delegation has the ability to control
Jim,
minds.
she looks a little dismayed and betrayed almost as they tell the tale about Lady Hourglass and you.
No, my lady. No one has controlled my mind.
No, that was Rocket Ranger that was controlled.
Oh, was it Rocket? That
It was Rocket. It was Rocket.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I thought it was. I thought it. I
No,
thought
it was
her.
Rocket.
Okay. Oh, okay. She doesn't look at you dismayed, Jim.
No. She could look at me questioningly, and I will reassure her that
She
it was not me.
misunderstood for a brief moment. She thought that they were talking about Earp, and then realizes, oh no, they were talking about Rocket Ranger, and then she seems completely disinterested in the fact that someone was mucking around in your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's just fine. Oh, okay, it's just him. That's fine.
Just to let you know. If it
But
is
then
individual-
she
I get that a
realizes.
lot.
Then she realizes that there's someone on the island who can control people with their mind, and now she looks dismayed again. She's kind of going through this yo-yo of emotions, and she's tired, and so she got a little sleep deprived, and she's got a lot going on. So she instructs you all to go back to sleep, and we'll deal with this in the morning. And now we'll do the card thing.
Rocket Ranger, you've got to watch now.
So
My watch
So I
is
will
done.
put my armor on.
Yara, let's get down to 6.
Okay. I thought I had dropped it, but there we go.
Oh, you're gonna get rid of the alertness?
I had to.
Ugh.
Wow, that good, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, it was just when I drew a card for attacking when it was approved. I pulled another alertness card. So
You're still alert. You're just not extra alert.
right.
Okay.
All right, so let's Ivan, let's drop to 6, and Crag.
Drag draw up to 1.
And now we can recycle.
Does anyone want a second chance? Because I do have 2 in my hand.
Yes.
Sure. Would you like?
There's like no hesitation.
Give me anything, Aaron.
Well, would you like a monologue?
You know what? I would love a monologue. I'm just going to give you that, which came from Luke.
Okay, that's fine.
I have a
I'm going to take the
stupid
monologue anyway.
I have a stupid affection for monologue.
Oh, I
I-
do too. That's why it stayed
like
in my
monologue
hand.
a lot.
But I have a feeling Rocket Ranger, the Lone Rocket Ranger, also enjoys monologues.
Take
Did
the
it
other
come
second
through?
chance. Take the other second chance because I'll just give it to you and I'll take the monologue. And
Okay.
I'll keep the backup
Sorry.
plan.
I don't know why it didn't go through.
Oh, because I declined it. Because
Oh,
I had
okay.
the monologue in there instead of the second. I'm like, you know what? I'll keep the backup plan. Because it's Nile, and at some point we'll have some sort of crazy DSR to do.
Yeah, I have one DSR friendly card too.
Yes.
I have, yeah. All right, I traded you guys the backup plan because I was keeping it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to make a stirring speech. Yes.
All right.
We've survived dinner party and after dinner party.
The after party. That's right.
Exactly.
That's an after party I'd like to skip next time.
Yes.
Okay, so
It was an Amazon rave.
it's morning time. Avgo shows up early. And escorts you back to the throne room. Pretty much the same crowd of people as the dinner party are gathered around. The queen is on her throne. General Nagira. Let's see.
You're going to try to hit her in the back of the head with your nut again.
I see what you did there. That's just wrong. Funny, but wrong.
I teach you how to say that in Russian, Mott.
Really, you know what? That's a language we just need to pick. Like everyone pick up. It's Russian Mott.
We're just at one point on
Put a
the
point in
stream,
Russian Mott, yeah.
we just
exactly.
drop this. The whole stream drops into Mott. We'll pick up 2 fans, and they'll both be Russian. All right. So Avgo escorts you in, and
I made sure on the way here to give her a nice, full, in-depth, scene by scene, blow by blow of the battle last night. So she's well informed.
As you walk in, Tally steps out, and she points and she says, "That one! That was the man! I'll kill him on the spot!" And she's pointing at you, Ivan, and she's reaching for her schmizer, pulling it up. And she chambers around as she brings it up. And the red hand grabs the barrel and keeps her from advancing. And she looks and glares daggers at him. And he's like, "Not here." And Aegea says, "Quite not here. In my court, I am the one who deals out justice, and I alone." And she looks at you, Ivan. She says, "What do you have to say for yourself, foreigner?"
Your bathrobes don't fit good.
Wow. She kind of blinks twice as looking at you.
I mean, like,
And she
I
looks
got a
at
6 mind. I can't even,
and she looks at Phaedra. She looks at Ianthe,
I believe what our compatriot means is like, what is he being accused of?
We don't understand.
he tried to burn us down last night, burn us out because he knows we are right, and we are winning, and we are going to beat them, and he can't stand it. So he tried to burn us, and the red hand's wagging his finger at you.
It's a little
As
hard
he's
for him
talking.
to do. He was in a bathrobe fighting a scorpion last night.
Yes, we were a little busy on our own. We had someone drop scorpions down, which grew to the size of
Donkeys.
large
Jackasses.
horses or donkeys, yes, and we were fighting them off. It's almost killed our friend Yaren. He was unconscious for quite a while, and the Lone Rockets Ranger was definitely feeling the effects. I saw him fall down and get up many times. It was
Almost like this weird music. that
Hilarious.
Dolores is listening to.
I don't know the right way to put it. It was odd.
Aegea frowns and looks at you, looks at the red hand in his group, and he starts to speak, and she raises a hand, and she looks at Avgo, and she says, "Is this true? What do you have to say?" And Avgo says, "Majesty, it is true. Scorpions, they've vanished in wisps of smoke. When defeated, it was sorcery of some kind. And she looks over at Phaedra, and Phaedra looks at her, and she says, Gorgon blood? That's not possible. And Christ looks at her, and says, "That's heinous."
Well, who's heinous, and shall we talk to them?
And what does Gorgon blood have to do with it?
Avgo says the blood of the Gorgon, when exposed to air, grows into scorpions when it hits the ground. All Amazons know this. It turns to smoke when it dies.
Sorry for my ignorance.
You're not playing an occultist this time, Robert, and you're muted.
Sorry, yes. Not the occultist this time.
This time. I know that's unusual for you.
So I tortured a nightmare to get all of his secrets.
Yes. Sue me. Yes, they tried to burn us out. I don't care what you say. We saw him. And Tally says, yes, it was that one. He came up. I saw him in the lantern light.
What was he wearing?
His clothes. And the Amazons that are standing over on that side say, Majesty, this is true. We did see that one. And Avgo looks at them and says, no, it couldn't have been him. I saw him fighting the scorpions. And Tally and Red Hand both at the same time, he's trying to burn us out. And it just starts to, everybody's going at the same time. And they're all yelling and hollering. And they're pointing fingers, and weapons start to kind of move a little bit. And you guys start defending your honor there. It's not us. We didn't. At which point you hear this loud silence coming from the queen as she raises her hands, and everybody shuts up. I'm of a mind to kick you all off of Hespera and never return. This is outrageous. But I am at a loss to tell the truth of this matter. Ianthe says,
don't you have a
Majesty,
lasso for that lass?
If I may, I have a suggestion. I would love to hear it, General. Anything to get us out of this mess. She says, Episkaros.
I'm good, thank you.
And the queen goes, they are not Amazon. Will they abide by its terms? She says, we have used it for centuries. Never mind that there haven't been Amazons on this island for centuries. We've used it for centuries to resolve disputes that cannot be resolved. It is the way. And she looks at you and she says, very well. It is my decree that this afternoon we will engage 2 teams of foreigners in Episkaros to determine the right of it. And she looks at the Red Hand and she says, you will field your team. And she looks over at Ivan and she says, and you will field your team. And we will meet in the arena. And the Red Hand starts to object. And he says, I don't. And she says, it's that or leave the island. And she looks at you. Do you give her any indication of acceptance or?
I nod. I don't know what it means, but I nod.
Okay. And she looks at the Red Hand and he looks at Tally and Tally says, we can take them. And he says, fine, we agree. And they turn and they walk out. You turn and you walk out. And as you walk out, Avgo is escorting you out, and she says, well, if nothing else, this will be quite interesting.
What's this Gorgon blood that you speak of?
Well,
How can someone get their hands on it?
Actually, I think a more important question is
what did we just agree to?
what is a Piscaros?
It's an arena. There's
so-
two groups of people. I'm sure it's like battle. Who wins is the truth or whatever. But I mean, you still need to find out who's actually behind it, right?
Don't interrupt the box text.
Sorry.
Olympus is even more beautiful in the morning, bright sunlight casting the marble buildings in a golden glow. Birds flit among fruit trees and dip into fountains. Olympians wear armor as they go about the city and even have sheathed swords at their sides. Avgo leads you down cobbled avenues between houses made of white sun-dried mud brick until you at last arrive at the Heliodrome. A huge oval coliseum. Already Hesperans are filing into the stands in eager anticipation of today's game. This is a rarity to outsiders, not Amazons, and the excitement is palpable. As you go down into the Hyogeum below the stands to prepare, Avgo goes over the rules. And let's see, where is the Piscaros rules handout?
It looks like it's handball polo from the picture in the back.
You had made a polo or reference before with my hammer.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so as I will show you this handout in just a minute. Avgo is as you get down in there, she picks up a shovel-shaped tool on a stick, good long stick, and she says, "This is the space. These will be your tools in the arena. No weapons are allowed, but you may wear your armor. Everyone will get a horse. You will use this to scoop the ball with. A referee will put the sphera into play," and she picks up this leather-wrapped ball and tosses it to you. It's about the size of a soccer ball, give or take. The sphera may only be picked up with the spathe, and she picks it up with one of the shovel things, and she starts tossing it around and happing it, and she's doing stuff with this ball like your average good soccer player does with kicking the ball on the foot and the knee and the head and bouncing it around, and she's quite good with it. Neither the sphera nor the spathe may be used as a weapon. If you do, it's considered cheating and you will be ejected from the game and lose points. Horses may not be targeted, but your opponents may with unarmed attacks, just not with the spathe or the sphera. You may only have one rider per horse. You may not voluntarily dismount. And if a horse is injured, you will be provided with another one. You will have to go around the Colosseum for 3 laps. A goal is scored by getting the sphera across your opponent's goal line, i.e., you get to D first with the ball. Okay?
No, it's not polo. We're playing horse lacrosse.
This game is to demonstrate agility, battle skills, and martial acumen without causing permanent injuries. However, it is a physical contact sport and accidents can happen. Physical contact between riders and mounts is not only understood but expected. Weapons combat is not permitted, but unarmed combat is, as long as it is not lethal. So this is going to be the mechanical way that this works is this. This is going to be a chase. The DN is 10 for all steps. There is no speed or vehicle modification on that DN. It's just a flat 10. We will be using beast riding for this chase. Each rider on a team is responsible for their own beast riding roles. There will not be any group attempts. So when you want to take control of the sphera, you make a melee attack with the spathe against the ball. DN10. If you succeed, you take control. Standard success, the sphere is on the ground and may be struck or picked up with the spathe. A good success, the sphere is controlled in the Storm Knight's spathe. An outstanding success, the sphere may be moved one chase step up or back via a throw, whether that step is on the card or not, but it is not controlled by anyone in that step. If you advance the sphere to step D, you must have a good or outstanding success in order to score 3 points. Excuse me. I'm sorry. If you advance it into step D without a rider, it's 1 point. If you reach step D in control of the sphere, you get 3 points.
Okay.
One question.
So basically, if another, like if one of us is in step D and then it is thrown to us, that's just 1 point because it's not controlled.
It's not thrown to you; it's thrown in the goal.
Okay, right. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If you take control of, you can do a multi-action if you want. If you take control of the sphere and advance to step D with control of it in your space, meaning you got a good success or better on your melee attack, you score 3 points because you advanced to step D with control of the sphere.
Okay.
If someone else has control of it, you attack the ball in their control, and it becomes a contest.
Okay, you didn't mention it, but it is here. Our miracles and stuff we can't use.
That's cheating.
Yeah, okay.
But we can punch the other riders.
Yeah, it wasn't mentioned in the. I guess I didn't hear it about the miracles and magic.
Oh no, I didn't get to the cheating part. No.
Okay.
Yeah, so anything other than fisticuffs, physical prowess in battle, and the queen. The queen is the sole arbiter of cheating.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds fun, lads.
Questions?
Nope.
Okay, so as soon as someone gets the sphere, as soon as someone gets to step D with the sphere, or scores it into D for a point, we reset. We're going to run 3 rounds. Okay, so we're going to do 3 chases of this, and whoever has the most points at the end wins.
Okay.
In between each round, you will be given enough time to recover shock.
5 shock. Because that's what it said in the card there.
Huh?
Ends the heat,
note.
fresh horses cycle in, 5-minute break, recover 5 shock only.
Okay. Where is that?
Under
Scoring.
note, under scoring.
Nope. Yeah.
The first note.
Yeah, okay.
And so under the cheating too, if say my force field went off because I took a wound, that would be considered cheating.
If you would like to ask that question before the match begins.
I would ask that. I didn't know if I need to turn it off.
Yes, that would be considered cheating. This is a physical prowess game. This is not a magical or science tools game.
I will make sure to turn it off.
Okay. But you can wear armor.
Yes.
Because they're going to wear armor.
Mm-hmm. Definitely
All
going
right.
to do that.
I'm just glad this isn't, full Greek athletic uniform.
Well, we know they don't have anything that fits Limo.
Well, you notice we
Yeah.
waited until after 10 o'clock to run this. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not cosplaying that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So We're gonna run this. I gotta get. That's the Episcoros. You got that? I got the turn order. I need to get all of my folks with their.
Man, I mean, I figured my psionics wouldn't work, but man, this would have been great for me because some of you guys have skill points in some of those things. I'd have been like, I could just load up on all of those every round, whatever I need.
Okay, so if you all want to play, they can field a team of 5. If you don't all want to play, they will field a team of 4. So,
Well, a quick question before we decide this. Does anyone have beast riding?
I've got it.
Okay, I do too. But the truth is, doing it 4-on-4 might be better, and y'all are all better at hand-to-hand combat than I am. So, because I'm a shooter primarily, so I can sit this out, and you 4 can go, since he has it set up for 4 people right now.
And basically we protect Craig.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
because he's gonna have the melee weapon skill and the beast riding.
and so I don't mind passing on this one because I don't think I have anything that can help y'all. But before I do that, let me trade some cards with people. Because I have in my hand a step C and a backup plan.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm actually laughing because technically,
No, I don't have backup plan. I have a second chance. But yes,
that's
I've
fine.
got the backup plan.
We can protect Crag as well, but I'm going to be just as good at the melee and the beast riding just on straight decks.
Oh, that works too.
I mean, he's got the skill points in them, so
I mean, really,
he got exploding.
right. He can explode, but
Yes.
I'm
So-
10 straight up.
so really, Yvonne and I should be trying to beat up on the shock troopers,
yes.
and we have to watch out for Baron. I'm gonna wear the red hand, because he punches hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a hero card if anyone wants it.
I am pretty stacked. I've got hero, drama, second chance, adrenaline, action, and an idea in my hand. So I think I'm pretty good.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
if you're wanting to trade up for this, I'll go ahead and trade that with you.
Okay.
Because it's not going to do me any good in this.
Right. Whereas I can use it. Step C, does anyone want that one?
I've got too many good cards.
Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, I could trade you the idea for it. I just don't know if we might want that idea to come out in combat.
The other thing I
too.
could do is I could trade back the monologue for the step C.
Yeah. Why don't you
keep
do
the
that?
monologue, or keep the monologue, because at some point the deck's gonna screw us. Because I would like to keep because I have a drama, second wind, monologue, close call, flurry,
Well, Matt, sorry,
and the backup
Mark,
and the backup plan.
would you allow me to use the monologue outside of this?
If you're not in the game, you're in the stands.
Right. Okay. So monologue's not going to help. Okay. So
You'll be like the coach on the bench.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can swap out cards in between heats, but
Yeah,
once a heat
let's-
has started, you're on the bench.
Right.
Let's take this first heat and see how we do.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to move Yaren over here because I'm going to run the cards in the center.
Okay.
All
And
right.
just
Yes.
because I'm going to use the connection card I just got, because I want to chat up the high priestess if we can. I just want to get to know her more. So this is building a connection, not.
So
you know.
okay, so based on your discussion of the indigenous people's religious rights and statements from dinner the other night, one of the functionaries that was waiting on Phaedra approaches you and asks if she may sit with you to watch, and she's going to chat you up and have essentially a spirited religious debate based on what she heard the other night. She was intrigued by your culture, and she wants to know more, and so she's having quite an enjoyable conversation. It's not combative at all. It's more of a probing. I'm interested in what you have to say,
And we'll probably find commonality with astrology.
Sure, and the naming conventions and whatnot. And you're familiar with a lot of her gods and goddesses and the lore behind that to a certain degree.
And so I'll talk about the Aboriginal storylines.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's a good cultural exchange.
Exactly.
And then that will get you. She will be on good terms with you if the opportunity arises for you to connect with Phaedra through her. Is
Perfect.
that what you were looking for?
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I'll be reading on every so often.
Win, go, fight, win. Win, go, fight, win. All right. So let's go ahead and turn that first card. It's going to be a standard scene. Oh, Law and Order. Play a connection card this turn, and each player gains a police officer. See Torg Eternity to control for the rest of the scene. That's just not going to happen. Because cops don't suddenly burst in here and go, right, this is right out. We're not having this here.
It doesn't matter anyway. I gave my connection card to Yarin.
Yep, who just played it for the priest. So priestesses show up, and they're right. We're not going to have this. This is right here. This is right out. The villains will go first, and they'll be set back. The heroes can then go, and there's an A, a B, and a C on the card. Intimidate and maneuver are the approved actions. Interaction attacks are perfectly fine. If you want to have interaction attacks one to the other, that's cool. Doing stuff to people is fine in that respect. All right, so the villains will go first, and they are set back, and the
Just to ask, this is a standard team?
this is a standard scene. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Just
dramatics
felt a little
when we have
more
to actually fight these people for real.
Just felt a little more dramatic, but you know.
It does feel a little more dramatic, doesn't it? But no, it is a standard scene. Odd, isn't that?
Mhm.
If someone was yelling about putting Quatloos on the winner, then it would be dramatic.
Quatloos. Oh, there's a good original series freaking reference right there. Dun, dun, dun,
Exactly.
dun, 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 dun. All right, so when the queen shouts begin or shouts go or whatever it is, it startles the Red Hand, who is not accustomed to riding horses very much, and he rears his horse, and then she sidesteps into Tally, and Tally and the female shock troopers are set off, and they are trying to get control of their mounts this round rather than trying to advance on the ball or anything else. So the Sphira is in this. I need a. I don't think I have
a ball token.
I don't have a ball token. You know what? I do have a ball token.
It is a ball token.
There's your ball token.
We didn't ask, and I didn't. Or is this a mechanic question? So normally in a chase, only one person can do a thing. Is this a time where only one person could go after the ball?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
everybody has to make their own beast riding skill checks to advance. So it's not a group. There's not a group advancement. It's everybody rides on their own, and everybody can attack the ball if they want to attack the ball.
Okay. Fair enough. I was going to say, if you want, Crag, I could attempt to attack the ball and move forward to B, and then see if you can come with me and then take it and go to C or something. I was going to say, how can we maneuver that, right?
So combined actions. If you wanted to, someone could combine action and go for 3 steps and attack the ball, which would be a -6. You still need to get good success to control the ball in your space.
And then I'd be on step C if I did all that?
Yes.
You know what? I need to impress a girl. So
And
I'm
no, Lone Rocket Ranger, you are not going to impress a girl.
And I know what happened the last time we were trying to get a ball and a girl was around the Rocket Ranger. So, you know what? I will try and do that. I'll try to pick up the ball and ride to sea. Because I have possibilities. Let's see how badly this is going to go.
Wow.
That's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. So you can have one of these little pieces of candy. Last roll, 27. I think I'm riding to sea with a ball.
All right, there's Erp. Who's next?
Well, hell, since Earth did that.
Now,
His name is Erp after all.
I will tell you this. If you wanted to make the same roll, 3 steps, and attack the ball, you could take control of the ball from Erp.
Or I can try to give some bad juju to the people around here. I'm going to go after I think I'm feeling the 2 female shock troopers. I'm going to maneuver my horse around them.
I'm feeling the 2
Not yet,
female
but
shock
once
I did, yeah.
maybe.
Hey, it is after 9. It's,
Yes, it is. I just want to point out what the Lone Rocket Ranger said.
Well, the names that say female shock trooper, so nothing. I'm targeting both female.
First
shock
rule of
troopers.
holes: when you're in
Yeah.
one, stop digging.
Yeah. And I just kind of did that to myself.
You
right
did.
there.
Oh, look at that!
Because Lady Hourglass is not going to approve of you, manhandling 2 female shock
Apparently
troopers.
not.
At once. It's like, oh, so he swings that way.
So yeah, okay, we're good.
So
Lone Rocket Ranger does not impress.
So out of the 3 that are there, which ones look like they might be? I mean, I already know Red Hand doesn't know how to ride a horse, but out of the other 3 look like they're handling their mounts well enough.
They've all lost their turns based on what's happening
So
with their
time.
beasts.
All right, was this Talia? Is that her name?
Tali?
Tally.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to intimidate Tally and then try to just move up to B.
Okay. So that's just a -2.
Let's see. Intimidate is higher, so I'll do the B stride first. And you said -2. You can have it.
She narrows her eyes and looks at you.
Maybe. Last roll was a 6. There, 13. So the beast ride with a 13 is a success to go to B. The intimidate is going to be 5 points higher, so that'll be an 18 on the intimidate.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a standard success on the intimidate. What would you like to make, Tali?
Standard success, stymied.
Okay. And there's
that's
Craig done.
Success with intimidation, so I'll draw a card.
Yep. Unfortunately, Yarn, you're going to be kind of. You can see Lady Hourglass and Mirage sitting a short distance away. They seem intent on the game, and a little alarmed at what's happening to their team.
Yeah, that's fine. The reason I actually opted out is because my throat's really killing me right now, and talking is not going to be good. So,
all right, so Yaren's done. Ivan.
I'm gonna try to ride up and punch Tally.
I'm not even trying to advance it. Jack her up. Okay.
So
Jack away.
So this is -2 for the multi-action, and both of them are just straight decks because I don't have either. Okay. I don't like that. I want to spend some of this stuff here.
Torg chickens are coming home to roost.
And let's do another one. Just throw good
All
after
kinds
there.
of tasty candy.
He's trying to hit a lady.
There we go.
Really? That is the number, sir.
Okay.
The standard success.
So that is a 14.
She takes some shock.
That
That's-
is for accusing me of something.
All right. Let's see. You may all play cards in your pools. Let's flip a card.
Now we want to flip. We don't want to keep this one, right?
I mean, no.
We need a D,
But-
so
Yeah.
We need a D, yeah.
Ancient Secrets. If you have Scholar 14 plus, any test you attempt this round is favored. The villains will go first, and the Intimidate and Maneuver are the approved actions. An A and a D are on the card.
okay.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right, so let's see. Red Hand is attempting to. He is going to attempt to knock the ball from Earp's Spath as he goes to B. So you're -2, -4, -6 for his attempt. Oh, that's bad.
Can he get to B? Because B's not on the card.
No, he's got to do A first. I mean, excuse me,
Yeah.
A. My
Oh,
bad.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
I meant A. I'm going to spend one. I don't know why it's reading.
this is
I'm
just a
wounded.
quick question. There is no visible effect of negation, is there? I mean,
don't
I'm
know
not
that- I don't-
technically in.
I don't know
the
that there
scene.
is.
I mean, I'm not technically in the scene. That's one of the problems.
Well, okay, so no, you're in the scene. You're just in the stands. You're not on the team competing on the field.
mhm.
So I would say that unless there's something going on that you don't know about, which could be,
Yeah.
there is no verbal or somatic component to a negation,
Okay. 'Cause I
barring
thought it was
something
just-
else.
Yeah, I just thought it was a reality thing.
I
But
wouldn't
I'm
worry
not
about it,
going
Robert.
to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Just, I was wondering in future if during this game.
Barring
Yeah.
something in the FAQ or something that someone who knows a lot about the rules or the backstory behind it that I don't know, which is a lot
I
of
didn't
people.
know if my eyes flashed red and blue.
That would be a cool, way to do that. I don't know that there's any kind of, I don't know any discussion has been put out about that. I'm not opposed to the idea that when you do something to someone else, they know that you've acted against them. I don't know that there's any way that an observer could tell. So if you negated, if I was the villain and you negated something I did, I know you negated me, I think. But I don't know that anybody observing the two of us knows anything happened or that you did anything other than I just looked at you with anger in my eyes. You know what I mean? So I don't know that it gives you what you want. I think it's the best answer I can give you right now. All right, so he's spending on that. Last roll was a 2, which is a crappy roll. Ah, shit. I didn't get there either. Damn it. All right. Damn it. All right, so that's him.
How exactly is he attacking to try to get
So
all out of my hand? Or
you're
you
a-
just
you're-
it's
it's
we're kind
the
of just flapping around.
It's the
Okay.
mechanic of as you're riding around and he's maneuvering and you're maneuvering to get to the goal. And the D is the other player's goal line. So the mechanic is this is how we move. And because you were successful getting into a C, he has a -4 to try and do anything to you because you're maneuvering and being successful in getting away from him, right? But he still can attempt to do something. He just has a negative on his attempt to do something. Does that make sense?
Yep. Gotcha.
I mean, it's how the mechanics cinematically plays out, so we can keep
Yeah. No, I got you.
instead of just I've ridden away with it. F you guys, I'm out of here. So that's the red hand. Tolly, you know what? Tolly can play this game with you. Tolly is going to do beast riding, and she is going to punch you in the gob, Ivan. 2 can play at this game. And beast riding is lower. She is definitely going to spend 1 because she wants this annoying Russian guy who speaks in that strange language to leave her the hell alone. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's my beast riding successful. And my unarmed combat is 3 higher. So how's a 21, Ivan?
That's outstanding.
She get there no negative for doing 2 actions.
I
She's
put the
It's
-2 in
there.
there.
She's also stymied, so that's why I asked.
Oh, okay. How's a
But I mean, it's not. That's a big roll, so it's not a big deal.
It's still an outstanding.
okay?
I figured 2 points might be helpful for Ivan, but I guess I was wrong.
2 bonus dice. Let's see how we do. How's a 15, Ivan?
That will do 1 shock.
Okay. But she rides out from underneath that stymie.
All right, now she's next to me. Last
Yeah.
might not be a good idea.
Ivan, what's your taunt?
A 7.
You can be stymied, sir.
Okay.
Lone Rocket Ranger. What's your
Yep.
taunt?
That would be a 10.
Oh, look at that.
So
you
yeah,
can be
I
stymied
can be stymied
too.
also.
As the two female shock troopers are like, you guys are wusses. You hit like girls. Come over here and let's see how you do. And they're moving their horses around, taunting you into an engagement. And you may heroes may go. Who'd like to go first?
Well, I can't go anywhere, so I might as well take this opportunity to Yeah, screw it. I'll punch at her.
What are you doing?
Punching at her.
Punching at Tali. Okay.
Yeah, and that's going to be an unarmed combat, isn't it?
Yes, it
Mhm.
is.
Hmm. Oh well, I said I was going to, so I don't.
Crag's
see
going to hit the girl?
Not really.
Mhm.
See, told you.
Not really.
He's gonna swing at her general
She doesn't
direction.
even have to move for that one.
All right. Do you guys want me to end this one, or try to end this one, or do you guys want to go
right
first?
ahead. Cross that line.
All right. I will attempt.
Yeah, go for it.
I will attempt step D, which is just a beast riding for me because I already have control, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ha! Victory!
Take that. The crowd goes mild. Yay, heroes. Good
And
guys.
I will make sure to get eye contact with. I will go and give her a little wink.
Okay, so that is the end of the first round.
Ooh, do we keep cards in our pools?
No.
Okay. I was wondering.
Can't be that easy.
Just asking.
You get to get rid of shock, so no cards in pools.
Mhm.
Anyone
that's true.
needing to trade cards before?
I think we're still good.
You may eliminate up to 5 shock if anybody has any. I don't think anybody got any.
I had one.
All conditions are gone.
Let's do that again.
All right, and we will kick off the next round.
This is a best of 3, right?
Harmonious alignment. All magic skills are favored, but a
well.
failure causes double the normal backlash and leaves the caster vulnerable. Oh, jeez. The heroes will go first, and they will flurry. The approved actions are taunt. You guys have been getting all the good cards.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
Yeah, number 25, huh?
Ow.
A, B, C, and D on the card.
And a flurry.
Mhm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So try to control it, go AB, then CD on the flurry.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. All right, because it's 3 things on the first one, right? Because it's attack and then it's A and B, so it's gonna. I almost wonder if it's just better
-4.
Right. I'm just wondering if it's almost maybe better to do it in the other order. But
So do control an A for
Right,
the
for the-
-2, then try to run for the -4.
right, that's what I'm thinking. Yep, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I think you're right because you have to have a good success to get the control.
Right. So I will attempt to pick up the space and do step A.
Okay, so that's
which-
-2.
Yep, which again doesn't really matter which one I roll because they're the same. I will definitely give you some candy for that.
Oh.
All right, you guys can taunt because I'm just running away with this thing.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna taunt just a single a single shock trooper there.
Okay.
Well, your daddy will make her stymied.
That is a standard success. Okay. Take your card. Who's next?
I'm going to first apologize to any Russians watching because I am going to be very bad stereotype and misunderstand when they said you hit like a girl. I am going to say, yes, duh, Kanishna, of course I hit girls. And I'm going to
Beat the crap out of him.
I'm going to whirlwind against both female shock troopers with my unarmed. Oh, I can't. And I'm a big, stupid man who won't let words go without.
I must hit like girl.
Oh man, I need one, so I will bow my head in shame.
That actually is a success.
Oh, okay. Man, I hope I don't kill him.
Hold your head up high, Yvonne.
So 14?
14, you say.
Yes.
You do not, in fact, kill them.
Okay. Good.
Well, it's unarmed. You could have made it for non-lethal. You could just knock them out.
Well, also, are you...
Is that... yeah, I'm trying non-lethal because I do have a...
We were also told that was the rules.
Yeah, we were told, fighting's fine, just not lethal. So.
Just not permanent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you just pow, and they both go right off the back of the horse into the dust.
And
Tali looks visibly
big smile at Tali.
She looks visibly shaken by the fact that you just knocked out 2 of her troopers.
Grant's just gonna go ahead and
hands.
Not pleased about this.
And now you need a romance card. Or cold romance.
He's not wrong.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Go ahead, Craig.
Craig's gonna go for C. Just kind of pace with Luke, just in case it's needed.
Okay. So -4 for 3 steps.
Yeah, 3 steps. Doesn't matter anyway. I think I missed it. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and spin it. You said -4, not 2.
Yes, for 3 steps.
Submit. Last roll was an 11. All right.
There you go.
Okay, I got it. No, I wanted to go C.
You did. You got C. You're on D now. You have to
Okay.
complete D.
Gotcha. All right, and that's it for me.
So Mark, since everyone's gone, I'm going to pull and play this attuned.
Of course you are. Anybody master planning the attuned? Of course it's Core Earth.
Actually, you know what?
I think you need to show the core.
I do. I'm going for
Okay.
it right now.
No worries.
There you go.
Hey, Dan, did you see my message?
Yes, but I went a step further.
Yeah. I just meant if you have that card in your pool and I needed it.
Yeah, I'll put leadership in
trade,
my
but-
pool.
Oh, okay, that works.
That
too.
way, I can give you
Yep.
both of them if necessary.
Yarn, give me a roll on your taunt. You're 3 short. Gonna let it stand?
I'm going to let it stand. This was
Okay.
just, this is not an important thing. So
Okay.
and I don't think I have anything.
Yeah, you traded. I was gonna say you traded most of your good cards to us.
Yeah.
All right, that's all of you. You may play cards in your pools, which you should have done, and you may flurry.
I'll go for the victory.
So minus 2, 4, 4.
Yeah, -4
Yeah.
because I need B, C, and D.
Yep.
I will give you. I'll give you one of these.
That's why they call them cool hand.
See, you didn't need it after all.
And with that, as Luke walks his horse essentially in and scores the goal on the second heat, the crowd goes wild. Everybody's cheering, and the queen rises and then hops over the wall down onto the floor of the Colosseum. And as she does, the crowd, a hush falls over the crowd, and she walks out into the center and she surveys, and everyone, it gets very, very quiet. And she says, "Good people of Hespera, we have seen an event to this day that the likes of which you will tell your children for decades to come. Two groups of heroes clashed to see who was the right and who was the victor. And this day, the heroes of the Delphi Council have been victorious." And they all go, "Aye." And she says, "These honorable warriors have come to us to offer trade and alliance, and they have conducted themselves with honor. What say you?" And the crowd goes, "Aye." And she says, "Very well, the people have spoken. Red Hand, you and your team may leave this very day. To those who are the victors, I present you the laurels of victory." And she hands out garlands to all of you. And says, "We will reconvene at a later time. Enjoy the accolades of your triumph." And she turns and she walks in the wall. A gate rises, and Amazons come up and create like a little honor guard leading to into the under portion of the Colosseum. And she walks into there. And we're going to call that a scene.
Yaren was keeping an eye on Mirage and Lady Hourglass during that speech.
So you noticed that Lady Hourglass looked like her eyes glazed over for a little bit each round, like she was getting ready to do something, and never actually seemed to do anything because, damn it, I was so coming after you, Rocket Ranger. You were absolutely going to be totally mind controlled, and I never got a chance to do anything.
As we leave, I will give a polite nod to Lady Hourglass.
She looks perturbed.
It's how our relationship is.
You're not wrong. And we only have another 3 more minutes in this session today.
So go on and do cards.
Let's go ahead and do cards, and then we'll be ready to go next week. That attuned is gone, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. And for the record, I really, really, really enjoy the dinner party in this act. I like the dinner party a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
I'm assuming the soup was not poisoned. It was
The soup
just a
was not
note.
poisoned.
Yeah, it was just a note.
It was not poisoned.
To go, oh my god, the soup is poisoned.
Everybody
No, that
stopped
was
and
that
made a
was
scene.
freaking beautiful, Dan. I was just like, he's just gonna pick the bowl up and drink it, and not read the note. Okay, here we go. That was fantastic. I love that. That was great. No, you guys did really, really well. In that there are 10 tasks in the dinner party, and you get to attempt. You can attempt. You don't. The book says you don't have to do them all, but it's just fun to RP through all of that and play them out, and you get a chance to either impress the queen or screw it up.
Mhm.
And each one of them can advance your status or retard your status with the queen, and that has some bearing on things to this point. If you don't do well at the dinner party, it doesn't matter how well you do in a Piscaros, because you could win and she's still pissed at you and throws you off the island anyway, just because, well, you won, but fine, you all suck, get off.
And that's when the police show up.
That's when the police show up. Right, that's an offensive weapon. That is, put that down.
All right, I'm going to actually discard my master plan to draw a card.
Is the glory being discarded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other cards that I have in my hand, I think are more beneficial to.
Dan,
much
don't worry.
than
I
glory?
still have a glory.
Are much more
Okay.
better.
I figured at least
Well-
put it out there. Somebody else might have something they want to get rid of, and they could grab it. But
And to be fair, we did glory this act. So
You did.
Yeah.
You will extend that into next act. Congratulations. Episcaros is fun as a game too, but you guys got the right damn card, so it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
We did well, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize how good I didn't even think about it until after I was looking at everything. I was just like, wow, my 10 decks is like perfect for everything. So it's just- and then
All right, so-
I couldn't roll bad.
so we've had
Yeah.
5 glories so far in this book.
You have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So I mean, we're definitely popping up the glories in this one.
Well,
Yeah.
we are in the Nile, which helps because you can
Yeah.
get
that
that
other-
extra one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Alright.
think you've used the extra one in any of your. You maybe one, but I don't think you've used it in many of them. You've been rolling really well, like the 58.
Like the
that,
50, yeah.
Yeah.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I'm just gonna have to spend one there as long as somebody has the card. Cause
Oh, sure.
you roll a natural 58. I mean,
I think you even had 1 or 2 that were potential glories, but nobody either had the glory or the dramas to get you there.
Or they were the first round.
yeah.
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 Well, that's what I mean. There was just like there was game mechanic working against you where you couldn't get to it one way or the other.
All right.
So
cards are all done.
looks like it. You're a little candy poor though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. I can square some of that away later.
Candy little boy.
Yeah, I'm good on cards.
Sure, I'll get in the white van.
That's right. And the dice have started to turn against you. Well, maybe will a week wash that away or
Oh, yeah.
cement it in place?
No.
Tune
Dun,
in
dun,
next week and
dun.
find out.
At least tune in Tuesday for the TORGanized Hype Tuesday. There we go. Torg Hype Tuesday. Let me get that right. We'll be back Friday for some more Rum the Frost Maiden and Sunday for some more Waterdeep. And it looks like we may be working on getting some more players in for the Lost Beginnings to be picked back up. We'll be back here Wednesday to see what happens next. I'm certain, the Red Hand and his crew are going to leave the island peacefully, no problems. That's not going to bite us in the ass. Well, we'll find out. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're in this adventure called Life Together. So please keep that golden rule in mind and treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.